not to start off on a non game topic, but how excited, nervous, anticipated? What are your feelings for this weekend? Specifically the football game.
Oh no, I've already accepted their
no.
This is easier that way.
Don't do that.
I prefer if you prepare for disappointment, then you won't be disappointed.
It's so funny to see the picks and you're just continuously picking against them.
I think I picked everyone wrong the other day.
So funny. Ryan did so well in the picks without watching, like making. Because you made all your picks preseason.
He's always good at it.
I assumed I was doing terrible because you guys stopped talking about it.
Oh, you ended up finishing higher than Ralph or the other guy in the picks. I think you finished second behind me.
I picked the Lions to win every game too, so I just was giving away
just like 10 games. It's whatever. That you gave away.
I gotta look here. No, you finished third, but you finished higher than Ralph, who actually made his picks on a weekly basis.
I always picked against the Chiefs, though. That was my problem.
Apparently, you got 148 correct, Ryan. Ralph had 145.
Jake, you would have beat me if you would have picked the Chiefs.
106. I had 162. So, I mean, I didn't win that well because then if you look at the picks against Amanda's family, I got rocked in those.
So I'm never good at picking the playoffs though. Usually goes downhill. I pick the playoffs.
I mean, playoffs seem like a coin flip most of the time. So
there is literally one coin flip every game.
That's true.
And that decides the winner. It's like wrestling, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're back, man. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna flip a coin, and you're gonna call it. Call it, damn it! That's what he does every time.
The big loser of last weekend was Alshon Jeffrey. So it's good to see that the Bears got fucked right into the game, and then former Bear Alshon Jeffrey fucked the Eagles right into the game.
Oh man, what a bad! It sucks for old Big Nick, Big Dick Nick, just
old Saint Dick,
Nick. Man,
Foles. I was like,
that's a special team right there to be able to do what he's done. And I love how they
cares that much. Like he's a pretty calm guy. He probably just like whatever.
It's funnier that. Then the second it's all over, they're still just like, yeah, man, no, Carson Wentz is still the guy. Like, it does not matter how many wins he gets for them, gets them to the playoffs, and they're still just like, fuck it, we don't care.
I don't know.
Like, younger.
Yeah, it's just like Nick Foles looks like shit a lot of the time, except for like when it's very important.
I'm fairly certain Nick Foles is basically a Case Keenum.
Well, he's better than that.
Well, I don't know that he could.
Wasn't there someone in baseball who like was really good in the playoffs, and then I want to say someone on the Red Sox or he's the Reggie Jackson of Philadelphia.
He was also good during the year.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, he's like the Aaron Boone, or
Boone. Absolutely.
The
Yasiel Puig of the playoffs.
There you go.
I don't know if that's a good reference or not.
I got nothing. Is this live?
We're here. We are live. We are alive, and we are live, Ralph. Yes.
Oh man, I gotta host this shit.
You gotta get going. We were late for a very important date.
Man, all this snow, man.
There's a lot of information happening. Yeah.
How many Chiefs burgers are you gonna eat if they win?
Or
do you even get Chiefs burgers out there?
What is a Chiefs burger?
It's McDonald's relabeling their hamburgers Chiefs burgers.
No, we don't get that here. I saw them when I went to that Chiefs game in October. We went to a McDonald's beforehand, and I saw that. But
yeah, you could get a triple Chiefs burger.
Man, I bet Andy Reid's all over those.
I'm gonna be into a triple Chiefs burger.
Yeah,
and I got to shit it out.
Speaking of shit it out, welcome to the Level Up Show podcast, and this is a very special episode.
It is. I'm so excited. We've been waiting so long.
Why is it so special? Glad you asked.
I did.
This is the 2019-2018 Game of the Year episode.
It's only one category, and it's only one game. We're going to be here for about 4 minutes, and then we'll leave you alone.
Yep. Good night.
Goodbye.
We got a bunch of categories. Some are more important than others. Then we have our top 10s.
Yes.
we're all gonna say what we thought was the best for each category, and we're all gonna be wrong probably.
Most likely. We do have some fan interaction from the Facebook for some of the categories. So when we get to those, I will hopefully have most of those pulled up ready to go.
Okay. You just want to get this ass banging, or
here? I promised some ass banging, so I'm ready for it.
Okay.
It's game of the year, baby.
Game of the year. I wish I had some sound effects.
I can add them in post, probably.
Okay. Add in like that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing.
Oh, I was going to say like the HBO thing before they would show a movie. Put that in there.
Okay, that works
too. I was just going to put a THX sound.
Okay. Do all those at once.
Yeah. Some are longer than others, but yeah, they'll work.
Speaking of sound, how about we got some best, the most best music / sound of 2018. So this is...
Oh, mine says best. I don't have the most best on mine.
Most best got added a couple things that I didn't have either, so it's okay.
Okay. So basically just... I guess it doesn't even matter if it's just sound or like sound design or just the music or both. You know, we don't really give a shit. Who wants to start off here? How about I'll just start? All right.
I like it.
Okay. My choice for most best music / sound of the year is a game where it's the only game where it's the only song from a soundtrack of a game that I have sought out to purchase and make a ringtone on my phone. That is Yoku's Island Express.
What song did you choose?
It's the theme to the right at the beginning, like when you're first starting. It's kind of got like a little and it's got like a little turntable action in it too. It's it's extremely delightful. Like I like all the music, but that's by far my favorite track.
That is some hot music.
They actually played it on Giant Bomb. Like Brad nominated that. He was playing part of it. That's like the one time I was okay with Brad.
I like Brad.
No, he's fine. Yoku's Island Express. Right.
Do you have any runners up at all for your category?
I didn't put any, but I just kind of stuck to one on most of these, I guess. But
didn't not even runner 3 as your runner up.
Yeah,
that soundtrack wasn't bad actually.
It came out this year.
Yeah, it did. Derek, what's your choice for most music, most sound, most best music / sound?
I overachieved as to be expected from the dumb things that I do. So I put 3 on here.
Fine.
I'll give you 3 to 1. Donut County has some real good music. I really enjoy the music of Donut County. And I don't know, have either of you guys played that game yet?
Not yet.
It did. I really like that game a whole lot. But as I'm playing the game, there's like the complete level music that plays, and Hadley quite likes the song that plays. It sounds a little like this.
Oh, I heard that on Giant Bomb.
Giant Bomb.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's pretty hot. Like the soundtrack itself is good, but boy, Hadley really jammed out. Like she would start dancing and shit to that. She really liked that a whole lot. So Donut County for me is at number 3 there. Messenger, I love the sound of the Messenger. I thought that it was great. The chip tuniness from you got the 8-bit to the 16-bit, the way that it swapped back and forth in the game itself, the use of that sound, as well as just being able to listen to. I like a good chip tune song every now and again. So
I like the soundtrack to that.
That soundtrack is pretty hot. I'm excited to hear more from their little DLC they're doing. So. And for me, the most best music and best sound is more sound than it is music, and that's only because sound design in the game. And I thought Spider-Man utilized the swell of superhero-ish music and sound and the feeling. It is repetitive, but I thought it was used very well. So I say Spider-Man for best music / sound.
Okay. Ryan,
Marvel. Sorry, Marvel.
Oh, whoops. Okay.
Marvels, yes.
I only got one, and it kind of feels kind of cheap because it reuses a lot of music from all the game. Well, maybe not all of them, but some of the games in the series. And it's Dragon Quest XI. The music for that game was really awesome. The sound was pretty good too, and so was the overall like voice work. So, and the original Japanese one didn't have any recorded dialogue, so it was kind of cool they did that for the English one.
Okay, yeah, that's a game I would have liked to have played, but I
you might
did
be
not.
able to on Switch at some point.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to commit the time. This fucking cat is going to drive me insane. That's the worst sound of the year. All right, one category down.
8,000 to go.
Yes. We're just going to randomly pick these. How about most worst game of the year?
Ooh, yay.
Derek, what you got?
Well, first, I would like to call upon the fine folks from our Level Up Show podcast Facebook page who weighed in on the most worst, awfulest game of the year. Well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I have most disappointing game.
It's what? Well,
yes, two different things. Different things. I'm sorry. I
mean, we can merge them if you want.
No, I have most disappointing game.
I have different answers for those. But
yeah, me too.
Most worst game of 2018. I've only got one. There only needs to be one because there can be only one. Most worst game.
They did not make a Highlander game this year.
It is Fallout 76. That game sucks. I was so sad. I still own the game. I will say that.
Why have you done this?
I've done a lot of things to myself lately. My hands are quite dry. But Fallout 76, I was super excited the summertime because anytime I get to play a game with you fine folks, which is, very rare that we all play the same game or play multiplayer games together or ever, unless we are together. When Ralph told me that he picked up Fallout 76 for both him and I, we're going to jump into the wasteland together and have a
decision.
Grand old time.
Worst decision of the year.
Then we played the beta and streamed some of the beta, and the beta was fine. I had a good time. And then came the game, if you want to call it a game.
Well,
Triple H came to your house. Yeah.
He told me it was all about the game and how you play it.
So let me ask you a question here. When you made it to level 3, did the graphics get tighter?
The graphics, I think, got worse as you progressed through the levels. So once you got past level 3, boy, did it start showing its.
Did you respect the graphics at that point?
I did not
level 3.
I did not press X to pay my respects to the graphics. No,
you could do that.
That game is just. It is the. Oh man, it is the worst game of last year. I can't emphasize that enough. It sucks that it is that. It's not even. It is a disappointment, but it didn't even register to me as a disappointment. It's just a bad fucking game.
It's definitely a bad game. You're not wrong there.
Yeah. So that's my worst game of the year.
Okay. Ryan, what you got? Most worst game of the year.
So this category is always weird to me because I don't try to play terrible games. So,
but never did happened.
This is the worst game I've played. Well, that I don't try to play new terrible games. Let me rephrase that. Yeah. I would put Vampire as the worst one I played, but I don't think it's a terrible game.
Okay, that's acceptable. It's the most worst, least best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Ralph?
Most worst game of the year,
2018.
That would be Shaq Fu: A Legend Reborn.
For $13 on the Switch, you could buy that game right now.
And I did.
Did you really?
Oh my god!
I wanted a physical version.
Why do you hate yourself so much?
I mean, I kind of wanted to play the
Barack stuff.
The Barack Fu.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
I played it a little. It's horrible, but it's kind of hilarious. It's almost like it's so bad it's funny.
No,
it's not so bad it's good.
Don't
but
tell me. Don't give me that bullshit.
Obama saying something about needing nicotine when he's low on health is kind of funny.
Oh yeah, he was a smoker.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So why do you think they did that? Because they used to put like the presidents in NBA Jam. Do you think it was kind of like that, or like?
I guess probably.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that, but I mean, like, so it's the same people. I guess just published. Maybe it's pretty. Who did NBA Playgrounds? Well, I can't even think of what it's called now.
NBA 2K Playgrounds. Thank you.
Well, I guess I never played that one, the new one. So whatever. Maybe they had NBA Jam on the mind. Oh dear, this fucking cat.
Oh dear.
Shaq Fu. Yeah, I saw it was physical for $13, free shipping. I'm like, I don't know. This seems like something I should do.
Yeah.
So I did it.
No, because you could have bought Onimusha for $20. That extra $7 probably much more worth than Shaq.
Onimusha wasn't out yet.
Oh,
it's time.
Yeah.
Even though I could have pre-ordered it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Okay.
There it is.
Onimusha will probably be $13 at some point, so you can make that same decision.
$15 right now with a reward certificate, and I just
it's very old feeling game.
That camera.
I would
it's weird.
Sorry, not to get off topic. Isn't it like tank controls in Resident Evil style, like inventory management?
It's not like that. You can try to control it with the tank controls if you want, but you'll it has when you hit back, it's like a dodge dash type thing, so it's not, you can't really do it the same way.
They have an option to switch them too, right?
I think right off the bat you got analog controls.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when you hit down on like I was saying, when you hit down, you go flying backwards. Your character goes flying backwards. But it was a PS2 game, not a PS1 game. They started switching it up a little bit once I got the PS2.
Yeah,
it feels more like Devil May Cry, like not the fighting, but the moving around, like just moving your character around.
So I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'll probably end up picking it up, but anyway, sorry to get us off topic, Ralph. It's not a normal show here. We're here to celebrate the games of 2018.
Yes, we are, in a weird way with worst game.
It's still celebrating it.
I guess we'll just go ahead and follow that up with most disappointing.
Oh yeah, get the sadness out of here.
Disappointing game of the year, Ryan.
Mine.
Wait, did you go first? I don't.
No,
you're first,
I was in the middle. So
okay. I don't remember.
It'd probably be you first, but all right, I'll go. Octopath Traveler is mine. I mean, that game's not bad either. It's just I was really looking forward to. This was pretty much a year of a lot of old school style JRPGs. It kicked off with that Secret of Mana and Lost Sphere, but this one was kind of a bummer. I thought it was going to be a better one. It was just kind of boring. Story was very boring, so it was too long.
You finished it, right?
Yeah, it was I think I put almost 70 hours into it, so it's too long. But yeah, it's my most disappointing.
But it looked nice.
I don't even think to some people, I don't think the graphics look that good.
I don't think the graphics look that good in that game either.
Yeah.
Well, it was interesting looking, I guess.
I would definitely agree with that. It was a very interesting look.
Okay. My most disappointing game of 2018, I actually have two. First of all, sorry, Derek.
Oh, boy. Oh, no, Ralph, God damn it.
He already typed it out.
If it's God of War. No, not really.
You know what? I would be fine with you putting God of War there because I know what you're about to put on there, and I'm about to be more hurt.
Sorry. The messenger just didn't do it for me.
God damn it.
And you know what else didn't do it for me?
Also God of War?
No. Dead Cells.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Dead Cells part. It didn't grab me as much as I wanted it to, but really, have you went back to the messenger in the last few weeks since we haven't talked? It's been a month since you've been on the show, I think.
Probably. No.
You have no desire to go back.
Kind of forgot I owned it. Yeah. I mean, Dead Cells, I've spent at least 10 hours with it. It just seemed like oh
shit, I forgot. I shut my fan off.
Our biggest fan. I just kept hitting a wall, and I'm just not making any progress, and it just starts to feel like a waste of time at that point. So I mean, I understand why people like Dead Cells. I think I'm just getting a little sick of roguelike stuff.
Die and respawn games.
Yeah, I like making progress, and it seems like it's it's harder to make noticeable progress in roguelike.
It truly hurts that you didn't like The Messenger. Fuck.
I don't know. I mean, it's fine.
Do you ever think that? So, off topic again. Do you ever think that when you play games, sometimes the time of when you play them affects your enjoyment of them? Like,
it definitely happens.
Yeah.
So, like, for I'm not saying that that's what it is for you, but I know sometimes that I know that if I try to play a game when I'm just not in the mood for it, I'm gonna actively dislike the game, and I'm just not gonna want to go back to it. It's kind of like the way
Far Cry 5.
Being Far Cry 5, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. I'm glad you have such a great memory, or maybe you can read my mind. Yes, like I wanted to play Far Cry 5, but I didn't, and then I rented it and forced myself to do it, and I fucking hated every second of it. And now I think I see Far Cry 5 for cheap, and I'm like, I could probably play that game, and I would be completely fine with it now because I have I'm not pushing myself to do it, forcing myself to do it, and I probably enjoy it more. So I just wonder if maybe that's where it was with either The Messenger or Dead Cells with your most disappointing game.
I mean, I could see that being with The Messenger.
Yeah,
I feel like Dead Cells, I was ready to play it, ready to go, and I enjoyed it for a while.
I mean, you talked about it like possibly game of the year, and then it fell off hard.
Yeah, but
I could see The Messenger. I pushed you really hard on The Messenger.
I mean, I was wanting to play it ever since it was announced, but yeah, I'll probably go back to it one day. I don't know.
Sure.
On the win. What you got, Derek?
First of all, now this is actually the part where the Facebook family group comes into play here. This is back from December. I asked them what their most disappointing game from 2018 was. We had two answers. Andrew Morgan, friend of the show, Arthur Morgan, if you will, popped up. He had 3 games.
Oh man,
one of which or two of I don't know. It doesn't matter years.
Fortnite.
No, Andromeda. Mass Effect Andromeda was one of his most disappointing games of 2018.
Most disappointing every year.
Again, yeah, it's fine.
2018 is probably the year that game should have came out.
Sea of Thieves also a most disappointing game for him. And Fallout 76. Reasoning behind, I asked him for some little thoughts. Said some reason he thought Andromeda came out that year, which I thought was kind of funny to still include in there. Sea of Thieves apparently has gotten better over the last couple of months. Hard start due to the lack of content and drove a lot of the fans away early. And Fallout 76, clunky, straight up broken, buggy, and what should have been an amazing fell miles short. We also had Nick Cochran, a friend of mine, who chimed in here also saying the same thing. Fallout 76, so much potential to be a great game, just face planted for most disappointing game. Thank you to those gentlemen for commenting and giving us your feedback there. For me,
is he related to Johnny Cochran?
Yeah, he is white. My most disappointing game is a game that I don't know that needed this game to come out. I think maybe 2 games was fine, but they decided to make a third, and it just missed the mark for me by a wide margin. And I finished this game this year. That is Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I've heard that amongst people.
It's rough. I loved that first Tomb Raider game was holy shit good. The second one was what the fuck? This is still great. And Shadow of the Tomb Raider is just kind of like, why does this need to be? Like, it doesn't really need to be here. Like the story, again, I like, the story sucks in this game. The side stuff I did not find particularly enjoying. The tomb raiding itself was not did not bring me much joy or happiness. I didn't feel the exploration I felt in the first 2. It looks pretty, but it doesn't do enough different to make it kind of worth its weight. I don't think that it needed to exist. And it really just bummed me the fuck out because those first 2 new Tomb Raider games were very good, and this one just really dropped the ball.
I bet if you played those other ones again, you'd feel the same about those other ones.
I really, honestly, I don't think so. Like
They're exactly the same. The story's not good in those games.
No, but the story's good enough for what they were. Like you're rebooting Tomb Raider. Okay, great. Like you're telling me a story here. This story is just like it is Uncharted levels of Uncharted 3 levels of asinine. Like, you
should go back and play those first two.
I don't know.
Those stories are bonkers too. They don't make any sense.
I don't know. I felt a different reverence for those first two games than I did for
just because they were new and fresh at the time, and this is the third one.
Does Shadow does it feel just as good to play?
I think
I don't think so. Personally, maybe that's just maybe you're right. Maybe it's the tired, played out gunplay. I didn't feel like I was using the bow enough. The extra you got explosive arrow, like all the different style of arrows. I didn't truly feel like I utilized at all. So I don't feel like they push the innovation when it comes to like the different style of bullets or ammunition. I don't feel like they pushed you to use that as much as they could have. So I don't feel that it is as fun to play. No.
Okay, because you guys kind of not purposely, but swayed me away from even playing it.
How cheap is it now?
It's like $30. Still not.
Yeah. Cheap. I mean, I don't know. I may pick it up one day, but
that's a $20 greatest hit style, play it and trade it kind of game.
Okay. You want to keep the full trilogy. I don't know what they're going to do after this now.
Reboot it again.
They're going to remaster the definitive edition.
They're going to call it Tomb Raider again.
Room Tater.
Boom. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Tom Raider.
Yeah. Tom Brady as the Tomb Raider. Yeah.
Yeah.
You raid Tom Brady, so you're the Tom Raider.
Yeah, you go from being this young girl in her early 20s to Tom Brady in his 40s trying
to win another Super Bowl.
Yeah. He gets traded to the Jaguars and he's got a
oh man.
Blake Bortles go on a date.
Yeah.
It's a whole deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I swear would he not like to go? The Jets, the Bills,
anybody in the East, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it seems like
take him.
Seems like every busted Patriot goes to the Dolphins. So
it'd be like a Favre move, like Favre going to the Vikings, send Brady to the Jets or the Bills.
I think it's a little different because I don't think those rivalries are near as storied and long as it is in the North.
I don't know. I think the Jets and the Patriots really hate each other. So
that's just. That's just because Eric Mangini, though.
It seems like usually the Jets aren't that good either.
Yeah,
which
aren't.
Which I like with the Packers and Vikings, they've both taken turns being really good. Yeah. I guess more often probably than Jets and Patriots.
The Jets were briefly good when Sanchez first joined, but
Patriots were garbage. Early or first part of the '90s and late '80s. I don't know.
Is that your most disappointing football team? Is the Patriots in the '90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your most disappointing your game?
Lifestyle choice?
Well, that too. Most disappointing game for you there, Ryan.
We've covered all of them.
Yeah, I think we've already gone through the whole.
Ryan's was Octopath. Yep. Sorry. Good.
Okay. Next up, we've got.
It's also the Jets. No.
Yeah.
No, it's the Lions. It will forever be the Lions.
Always the Lions.
Okay, so we'll just keep the negative train going. Yeah, biggest fuck up.
Oh.
I'm first here. I think it's pretty obvious what this is.
We might all have the same answer, even though I didn't play this game.
I've got 3 answers here, and I didn't do games. Wow.
Oh, I just went straight up Fallout 76 because of everything that's happened.
Yeah,
it's just
I did too.
It's nuts. I don't know how it was such a shit fire.
You should have went all out and got you and Derek a canvas bag, and then, then you could have got the nylon piece of crap.
I like that. That was that Power Armor edition. And I didn't know anything about Fallout, and I'm like, I don't know what Power Armor is, and that's really expensive. And I don't want to pay full price for this the way it is, but I'm doing it. Yeah, I didn't have any expectations for Fallout 76 because I don't you know,
care
I
about
don't.
those games.
I've never really played any of them.
Sure.
That much. But it's just like everything has went on with this. Like the game before it came out, Bethesda's like, yeah, it's got some bugs in it. We're in this together though.
Like
Give us
bugs
your
you kill,
$60.
right? Like roaches.
Yeah, red roaches. Well, give us your $60 to $200 for this product though.
For us to only then charge $30 for it a week later, yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yep.
So it came out right before Black Friday, and then on Black Friday it was $30. Like, you gotta be shitting me. And then like there's only 24 players per
server. Yep.
Which is crazy because he didn't because they like made it such a big deal about
you're gonna run
people everywhere.
Yeah.
And like you'd randomly see one, but it was pretty rare. And like there's just the map is huge, but there's like nothing to do in between, like where you're like you're trying to go from point A to point B, and it's like such a long stride, and there's nothing to do in between, and you're over encumbered the whole time.
Yeah, the only thing to do is to run away from everything because you're not strong enough to fight anything.
And you got no ammo, and you're dying of dysentery or something. I don't remember what you had in that.
Back hurt. You slept on the floor wrong.
Yeah.
Half your health.
I don't know. And then like they have the whole the Power Armor Edition supposed to have the canvas bag.
And no
came with the nylon bag, and except the influencers got fancy ass bags. Maybe canvas, maybe something fancier than that.
I think it was canvas, but it didn't even look like the picture either. It was something completely different. Yeah.
And then like that whole thing with what was it with the customer like?
So you had to go on and submit a ticket to say, hey, I want my canvas bag, but when you went to do it, it's like, hey, do you want John Smith's address at 1234 Ridgeway Drive in Montana, Bozeman, Montana? Because here it is. Also, his phone number is 342-413-7500, and it's just
and then you could like close other people's tickets.
Fuck everything up.
I don't understand.
I don't know.
Like this seems like something that would not have happened with Bethesda because they seem like they come off as like smarter than all this. Or like
if I'm Bethesda, this makes me not want to be in front of a crowd at E3 next year. Like I'm honest, like I would not want to go out there and be like, oh boy, yeah, we done fucked up. Like that's not good.
No, I mean, unless they just like drown it out with like Doom or
even Doom's not going to save that though. Like I love Doom, but it's not going to save the fact that people are going to be so burned about this game. Like even the fact that just the game is bad, like everything surrounding it, whatever, but the game's just fucking bad. It's just bad.
Yeah, I don't understand why they even put it out for money. Like it could have been free to play.
It would have been a great free to play game. Give it a free to play. Give it a Founders Edition for $30 and move on, and you would have made, I think, way more money. Probably. I truly believe that.
There'd be more people playing it too.
Fuck yeah! I mean, I own the game. I deleted it out of my. The only reason I'm holding on to it is because I'm waiting for the Destiny moment of, hey, the Taken King's out, play it. You know, I'm waiting for, hey, this shit's here, give it a try. You know.
Yeah.
I wish I had a PC because now like we can get the Fallout like 2, 3, or 1, 2, and
like the
Tactics.
Classic ones.
Yeah. 1, 2, and Tactics or some shit.
I don't know. Brian might know about those. I don't know anything about them.
I've never played them, but I mean that'd be fun to check out. But yeah, it's just it's on my list, but it's not the top of my list, unfortunately.
What else you got? Most biggest fuck up.
Most biggest fuck up. Number 2. We talked at length about this not too long ago. Was Telltale shut down, but also in the process of shutting down, firing or letting go of a bunch of people, including people they just hired a week ago, and then getting on Twitter and saying how, hey, we're going to get these games finished by then somehow hiring people after they just fired a bunch of people by using other people's money and just doing a really fucking bad job of managing their money, managing people, and then promising things to gamers who don't really care because they're going to stick with the people that you just fired and you don't fucking care. Like, just the whole way that they shut that company down was so fucking shitty. And maybe that's not out of the normal, but boy, did it leave a real bad taste in my mouth. Like, I would love to play that last season of The Walking Dead, and I probably will at some point, but man, that fucked me up real bad. Like, I just can't stand people who have no empathy at all for the employees they're fucking over. I mean, people moving cross country. It's just, man, that could have been done so much so much easier. God.
Yeah, they fucked. That was a disaster.
That was awful. And that's honestly number 2 for me. Only because what is closer to my heart that I view as a fuck up.
Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out.
No, it's 2019.
Wait, that's wrong year. That's not this year though.
No, you got another year until you can listen to me cry about Kingdom Hearts being bad. I think the biggest fuck up of 2018 is the PlayStation Classic game list.
Okay.
I don't think Sony's going to lose anything over that.
I mean, I don't think Sony listens to our podcast.
I mean,
no, well, at all. Like, I don't think it's going to impact them at all.
No, it won't. But I'm just saying, for if it's up to me, that is, in my opinion. I mean, you talk about a console that I've got a lot of reverence for, and I mean, I can tell you exactly when I got it, when I played it, the games I had on it, sitting it back in my grandma's utility room. In a fucking cold ass addition to the house that they didn't insulate. My TV's back there. My PlayStation's back there. I'm playing Spyro. I'm playing Metal Gear Solid. I'm playing Tony Hawk. I'm playing all these fucking games, and you don't give me shit on the PlayStation Classic. Are you fucking kidding me? And I get it. I understand the excuses. I understand it. I get it. But it's still, in my opinion, a fuck up.
I mean,
I think it was just the price. To me, it's the price. They already dropped it down to 60 now.
60 bucks. The price is rough, but if it had the right games on that list for $100, I would have paid it. If it would have been the right games,
really
or closer.
I did pay it, but I felt like it should have been 80 or less. Sure. And I felt like there should have been more games. But let's say they put 40 on there, I still think $100 is a lot. That's like, I know I paid it, but that's a lot to be asking.
And I'm not saying that the cost doesn't factor into that, but that game, I mean. For me, that game list, I had some pretty high expectations for it, and they fucking dropped them.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess it would have helped if it just would have been more games, because like the ones they had on there is fine, but it's like you need like double that. Yeah.
For $100.
Yeah.
It just man, like,
but it must not be selling that well.
It's not. No. It's dropped like dramatically.
It's almost
it's $60 right now, and at some point, like shortly after it came out, they were dropping it by like 50. So I wonder if it's going to drop even further.
You can see flash sales for it for like 45 or 50 right now. Like, you'll see people still dropping another $10 on top of it just to get it. I mean, you got to think that Nintendo's cultivated such a market around, hey, these things are going to sell and sell fast. So when Sony's like, hey, this is going to fucking sell like hotcakes, stores are buying thousands of them because they're like, man, this is gonna fucking fly. And then they didn't put the right games on there, in my opinion, and they charged way too much for it, and they did not take off. It did not work.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sony just doesn't do it again, but I don't think it's gonna. I would say it would have. I really doubt it's gonna have any type of negative impact on them at all, like on their brand or anything.
I think if anything, it will force them to reevaluate what they would do with a PlayStation 2 Classic. I think they will do it. But I think they will reevaluate how many games, what the price point has to be in order for it to take off. And I think that refocuses on Nintendo of, let's see what you do with the 64 if they're going to do it, But I also think Nintendo's done a good enough job with these smaller consoles that I'm not concerned with them fucking up a Nintendo 64, considering.
I don't know. I thought they were pushing it with the Super Nintendo one. They charged a little too much for that one. And there was only 20 games.
It did have 2 controllers though, which helped. Yeah. But I kind of felt the same way. But I don't know if they'll do an N64 one. So I don't know if they have enough games to put on that.
Supposedly it's leaked that they already have like a GameCube and N64 one in the works.
I don't know.
It's just a matter of when it's going to happen.
You give me Diddy Kong Racing, Donkey Kong 64, Mario 64, Glover, the hits.
You can probably get Glover, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not getting GoldenEye.
Yeah, no.
I don't even know if you're getting Perfect Dark, honestly. I don't know how that works.
I think Nintendo could, because Microsoft owns Rare.
I think Nintendo's seen such a revenue spike. I mean, shit, that revenue spike helped them immensely with the NES Classic. Immensely. And I mean, it was only $60 per unit, but I think that they would be stupid to not put forth whatever money it's going to be to get those games on there, because I think they owe it to themselves to pay that shit back after that console. I mean, I might say it kind of helped them keep alive until the Switch really blew up.
Wasn't the Switch already out?
I think it was right before the Switch came out, right?
Yeah, I mean, Nintendo's setting on a lot of money.
Well,
they just weren't. They weren't.
The profit was not there.
They weren't making money like normal.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the first thing that it took, I mean, just lit a fire back for Nintendo to go, shit, this fucking thing works.
Yeah, we should make like more than 100 of these.
Yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, for me, biggest fuck up in 2018, that PlayStation Classic game list, just and price, but just bad all around.
Okay. Ryan, you got anything more to add about Fallout?
Mine was Fallout 76. No, nothing more to add. But it looked like, I don't like multiplayer games that much, especially only multiplayer games. So that game, even if people would have thought it was okay, looked like a disaster to me. So yeah, it didn't surprise me, but they definitely made it worse and kept making it worse. They didn't really do anything to make it better.
Least surprising game of the year.
Solitaire. Oh, sorry.
Solitaire 76.
Cards bounce in a different way when you win.
Oh man. All right. Next up, we've got, speaking of multiplayer, let's just do it. Most best multiplayer game.
You guys are gonna pick.
Derek, what you got?
Best multiplayer game. I've got.
So hold on. This is either like, I changed it to where it could be an ongoing game, or it actually came out in 2018.
Oh.
So, I mean, I don't know. Whatever you want to do.
I've got 3 answers here for you again, because I again just overachieve or underachieve, really. Number 3, best multiplayer game for Fortnite. Yeah, moving on to number 2. Got
that's enough said. Yeah.
Number 2. I've got the Jackbox Party Pack 5, which is, of course, love me some Jackbox games. That rap battle game is exponentially fantastic, and the bringing back You Don't Know Jack, the classic You Don't Know Jack again from the first game and from before that, is fun, and I love those games. So great to invite people over, play some Jackbox games on your phone, and have a good time. And number 1 for me, best multiplayer game, a game I didn't even buy this year. Thank you to Chris. Is Overcooked 2. I was very close to putting Stardew Valley on here because the only way that I've really played Stardew has been multiplayer, but I haven't played enough of it to tell you. But Overcooked 2, the throwing mechanics, the online, it all works. It's all great. I think it's fantastic. That game is still fun. It is still maddening, but in a great way. It challenges you the way you want to be challenged. I love Overcooked and cannot wait to see what they do with the third one.
Nice. Okay. I noticed Fallout 76 was missing from that.
Yeah, it got its dues elsewhere.
Okay. Ryan, what you got?
The
multiplayer expert of the
I have nothing on this. There was the closest thing I could do is I played a little bit of Destiny with somebody.
Okay, that counts. Greatest game of the year.
I don't know if I would call that best multiplayer game, but it's the only one I played.
The least single player experience of the year.
I played 2 games of Madden, if that counts.
That definitely counts.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah.
That's good enough.
That's all I got.
All right. I've my best multiplayer game of the year is Onrush. I played quite a bit of that I got PlayStation Plus towards the end of the year. Had a good time. Onrush. That's all I got to say about that.
Onrush is a good game.
I almost bought that for my dad, but then I realized I watched a review of it, and it's mostly like a multiplayer racing game where
it's like a faux multiplayer racing game.
It's not like real racing, like where you start at a position and try to get first.
Nope.
So
like a team. It's like team focused.
Yeah, so that's why I didn't buy it for him, because he's not into that. He wants the more traditional racing.
Okay. Well, next up, we have the least worst Bee Gees song.
I believe you mean the best Bee Gees song
of the year or of all time. I don't know any of their songs that came out last year.
Yeah, so. I think a couple of them are dead.
So, are they?
At least one of them is dead. Yeah. Robin.
Mr. BG is dead.
Ryan, what you got for us? BGX.
I don't know. I don't really like all of this song, but it's got a good chorus. So I put "How Deep Is Your Love" as mine. But
okay, it's a good one.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I don't
know. There's a lot of good Bee Gees songs.
There are. I didn't know my choice is "To Love Somebody," which I didn't know they sing that one.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like.
The Coconut Wife's vote, of course, because we always get her opinion for a couple of things. Her vote for best Bee Gees song is also "To Love Somebody."
It's a hot track.
She's really into it. She did not like my pick. She thinks it's too classic, but it is hard to deny the feeling you get when you hear "Staying Alive."
Oh,
it is.
I mean,
I'd go with "You Should Be Dancing" over that, but
or "Night Fever."
I had it was between that and Jive Talking. I really like Jive Talking a lot.
I heard that for the first time earlier when I was looking these up.
Same here. I've never heard that before until earlier today.
I really like Jive Talking a lot. So Jive Talking was number one, but I can't deny "Staying Alive" is just a great tune.
I mean, I've just heard it too many times. But
sure.
Yeah. I don't really like the disco sounding stuff, but
that Nights on Broadway song gets a special shout out only because of the Barry Gibb talk show.
I don't know that one.
From Saturday Night Live, the song that's playing before they do that skit.
I don't remember the song. I remember the skit, kind of.
That song that plays before is just literally one of their songs, with just a couple of tweaks in the lyrics. Okay. Here we are in a room full of strangers.
Do they do anything to their voices to make it sound like that, or nothing? No modifications at all.
Saturday Night Live, or
when they're singing "Staying Alive," when they're singing "You Should Be Dancing," and their voice sounds all crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's just their octaves.
Yeah, because I was listening
when they sing their other songs, they don't sound like that.
I was listening to them do something live from like the '90s or earlier on YouTube, and they sounded kind of like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just their voice. They just had that kind of voice.
It's just their disco voice.
Got that disco duck in their throat.
Staying Alive and Jive Talking for me, but yeah, the overall winner, considering it had 2 votes, is You and the Coconut, apparently.
Yeah, sorry, Derek, you lost. You lost that category.
Fuck my life.
Yeah.
I was really hoping we'd win Best Bee Gees song.
Yep. Jolie blew that one.
I guess I'm going to need to make another Bee Gees song this year and hope I win next year.
Yeah.
Still Staying Alive is what I'm coming out with.
These next... All the rest of the categories are a contest, all right?
Yeah, you're gonna try to trick us into picking a different song, and you're going to go with the same one. Yeah.
Fucking dick. Yeah.
Absolutely. What a fucking asshole. Always.
All right, next up we've got the most guests. Oh boy, take 2. Next up we've got the most best game played in 2018 that didn't come out in 2018.
Ooh,
Mass Effect
I've got some
Andromeda.
I've got some Facebook stuff from this.
Hit us with that while I try to remember who goes first.
Yeah, absolutely. So I asked out on Facebook. This is back on New Year's Eve, actually, the morning of New Year's Eve. I said, best game that you played in 2018, didn't come out in 2018. Here are your comments from Facebook Nation. Tyler Nash hit me with Assassin's Creed Origins on the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
Reasons being, he's got visually beautiful, breath of fresh air for the franchise. Story was a bit cobbled together, but I enjoy the gameplay and the RPG mechanics very much. My one other gripe, and that's just with games in general these days. What's the deal with everyone jumping on the pay-to-play bandwagon? It's lame and doesn't really challenge you to figure it out on your own. I mean, I get why studios are doing it, profit, but it's strange to see companies that once held gameplay integrity in high regards are now selling out for a fast buck.
They've been doing that for years.
It's the ubiquitous way.
Started on the 360.
Mike Street popping in here saying the endless possibilities of Mario Maker make the game able to stand the test of time. 2015 release plus the resurgence of all the classic systems tap into nostalgia that we all have.
Hell yeah. When's that DX version coming out?
Fucking A.
Or Deluxe, I guess.
Give me Mario 2, please. Past host, friend of the show, Tony Welchel, just put Gears of War. So
which
maybe
one?
He's waiting for that pop. Gears of War game, obviously.
It's got to be.
Nick Cochran's coming this year.
That's coming this year.
That's what they say.
Has he been reading Gears of War novels?
He does, I believe he has actually read the Gears of War novels, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Nick Cochran popping in here again. Horizon Zero Dawn, probably one of the most amazing games I've ever had the pleasure of playing. That is a great game.
Yeah.
Shadow of Mordor. This is from McCray Murphy saying Shadow of Mordor, a little more than a reskin Batman Arkham game, but it is fun as hell nonetheless.
Those sound like fighting words, but I never played it, so I don't know.
The first one or the second one? The way they named
Shadow of War is the second one.
Okay.
Arthur Andrew Morgan here saying Hearthstone. That's garbage. Because that's garbage. Travis Lynch popping in here saying he didn't play a whole lot other than console-wise. Ratchet and Clank reboot on the PlayStation 4.
It's pretty good.
And then Michael Johnson, old MJ, saying Horizon and Assassin's Creed Origins as well. So
both those games won that category.
Absolutely. The Facebook people have spoken, and that is the winners of that category.
Okay. They win the privilege to not have to listen to this episode.
Yeah. Thanks for comment.
Well, they're probably listening to the Bee Gees right now. So
they should be dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They got night fever. There's no cure. Most best game played in 2018 that didn't come out in 18. Ryan.
Sure.
Did you actually think of who it was supposed to be, or you just do it right there?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
I have Life is Strange Before the Storm as mine. I was not expecting that game to be as good as it was. I kind of thought it was going to be some throwaway game. So
I still haven't played that, but I would like to.
It is good. It is very good.
Okay. I'm up next here.
I've got 4, just so you know.
Okay, I've got 2, I guess. This game actually made my top 10 in 2017. Fire Emblem Warriors. I played the shit out of that in 2018. I don't know why.
I thought you were going to say Ride to Hell.
Yeah, I would have, but I don't have my PS3 hooked up. I need to do that. And also a game that I didn't expect I would like this much, and I don't think I talked about it on here because I think it was in the BC era of 2018, aka the before Charter internet. Battle Chasers Night War. I think I put in like 25 hours on that on Xbox One.
I don't think I ever heard you mention that game at all.
Yeah, that's a good game. I was just like I kind of just reached a point where something else came out. I think maybe Far Cry. I don't know. Something else came out. So I kind of put it down, never went back. But that's a good time, and it's pretty damn cheap on PS4 and Xbox One.
Is that K in or just in for the night?
Just an in.
Okay, so does it take place at night exclusively?
I played it at night exclusively.
What happens during the day in that game?
I couldn't tell you. I didn't play during the day.
Okay, it's probably peaceful, right?
I guess there's no time of day. Okay. I'm sorry about that. Those are my picks. That's on Switch now also, but it's a little more expensive because the Switch. Derek, what you got?
I got 4 games for you. I'll hit you with real quick. Tacoma. I thought that game was I like the walking simulator style storytelling mechanics, and so I really enjoyed.
Physical version coming.
Yeah, physical version coming. Yeah, you didn't see that?
Run.
Run. Yeah,
got a nice cover. Might be tomorrow, actually. I don't know.
It's tomorrow.
It's on their site right now.
Pay attention. Is it one of those pre-order ones?
It will be tomorrow.
I think. I don't know if it is a pre-order one.
Oh, is it an automatic?
It keeps showing up in my promotions folder, and that's not a good way. Proteus is going to be on there too. That's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
That's the Vita version, I think.
Yeah. It's a good looking tree on the cover of that game.
Yes, it is. Tacoma. All right.
Yes. Tacoma.
I see Iconoclast is what I see. Proteus and Iconoclast, however you pronounce that.
Oh, maybe they already did.
On their store? Is it pre-order?
I think it's.
I don't think it's a pre-order. I think it's
pre-order.
I think the ones I'm looking at are pre-order ones, but
I think they're releasing it tomorrow. Let me look.
I will tell you right now because I just had an article up and I closed it. Physical for
is.
PS4 Friday, January 18th. So yes, tomorrow.
God, where's their email to me? It always shows up in my promotions thing, and I never.
First wave's going to go on sale tomorrow at 9 a.m. Ryan.
Well, they'll send me an email in my fucking promotions folder to let me know what's on sale.
I like the cover of this. It's pretty cool looking, but I don't think I'm going to pay $30+ for this physical version.
That is a good $10 game, and I'm happy I paid that. I also really dug a game that I put on my I wish I would have played in 2017 list that I didn't get a chance to play. Was this game, Night in the Woods. I really enjoyed that game. I played that very bite-sized. I played, 30 minutes to an hour here and there. I really enjoyed, again, very good storytelling elements to that game. Very well told through playing as these, woodland style, very woodland characters. You got a cat, and you got a bear, and got all kinds of weird shit. But it's a good fucking game, man. I really dug Night in the Woods.
They have a countdown on their website. It says this will be available Friday, January 18th, and then it says time until available: 7 days, 13 hours, 28 minutes, 44 seconds. So
they're trying to trick you.
Between today and tomorrow, 7 days are going to pass. So
perfect. 7 days.
That's the Night War right there.
Number 2 for games that I played in 2018 that did not come out in 2018 is SteamWorld Dig 2. That game fucking rocks. I played
pretty good.
I was so excited to play a good SteamWorld Dig game. I had been waiting since last year to play it. And
I don't know what this means either, but it says remaining inventory is 170%.
That's misleading.
Tell the ladies before I blow a load.
If it's above 100%, then it makes no sense.
And my Jesus Christ. My best game that I played in 2018 that did not come out in 2018, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice. That game fucking rocks.
Yeah, I've been playing it again since I bought it on Xbox.
It's so good. I am very hopeful that Ninja Theory, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really hope that now that they are owned by Microsoft, that they put out a sequel that is not Xbox exclusive, because that would break my heart.
It'll be that or PC.
That might be a game that would push me over the edge to finally break to the other side. I really played a lot.
What if it was like Hellblade, but like Funko Pops? What about that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, how Funko are we talking?
Like you can only play it on a tablet or mobile device? Then you can play it.
I'm probably into that. Yeah, fuck yeah. If it means I don't have to buy their console, I can just play it on like a phone.
The blade might also be a chainsaw. So.
Oh, wait, hold on. Did this somehow turn into Manhunt?
Wrong.
Gears of War, maybe.
Gears of War was sacrificed.
Sorry, when you said chainsaw, my brain.
If you told me that Gears of War was a Manhunt game, I would.
You're hunting for man.
Yeah.
Man love.
You take Marcus' face off, and it's underneath a hockey mask. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, did you see that Mortal Kombat 11 reveal? Speaking of that,
I did watch a little bit of the gameplay trailers. All I saw Ronda Rousey as Sonya Blade.
Oh gosh. Okay, I didn't. I just saw Baraka's fatality, and he pulled off Scorpion's face.
Yeah,
it's pretty good looking.
Yep, that game looks real good.
Scorpion. So doesn't he, when he takes off his hood, isn't it just a skull?
Well, actually, he ripped off the mask, and then like the front of the skull, and then he ripped his brain out, and then he bit it.
It's the most gnarly fatality that you'll see.
Wasn't in like one of the older ones? Didn't like Scorpion like rip off his thing and there's a skull and he's
first one breathed fire. I don't know what about. I guess I'll know after that how he's handled, but.
Anyway,
all right.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, best game that I played in 2018 that did not come out this year.
Okay, Ryan, what do you got?
Let me check. You already asked me this. Life is Strange.
Oh yeah, it's your turn. It's your turn, Rob.
I need to just like stick to an order apparently. All right, next up we've got the most best game.
Wait,
it came out.
What was yours? Oh yeah, that was right. You said 2. I'm good. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Okay. Night Warrior.
The Night Warriors.
I'm just gonna stick to an order from now on.
We're all too old for this.
Most best unfinished / unplayed 2018 game. So it came out in 2018 and you played it and you didn't finish it, or you just didn't play it at all and wanted to. I've only got. Did I have? Oh, I guess I got 2 here. I didn't finish Pizza Titan Ultra. I don't know why. I wanted to.
Sad.
Did you finish your pizza though?
I always finish my pizza.
Okay.
But did you finish?
I never finish. And a game that Ryan may think I'm dumb for doing this, but I've that wouldn't be surprising, I guess. I've put in about 20 hours into Xenoblade Chronicles 2: Torna of the Golden Country. Within the last
I think you're dumb for doing that.
2
I
weeks.
thought you were like the lost child.
Oh no, because I didn't finish Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Oh, well, that's a long game.
Okay, I mean, I keep meaning to go back to that one, and I just for some reason wanted to pick this up and try it, and I like.
Wow, it's a prequel, so it doesn't even matter if you don't play the other one.
Okay, I think I'm getting. How well do you remember? Like, if I told you I was in the Tornan womb, how close to the end do you think I am?
So the one you're playing, the prequel, is not very long. So are you gathering up like your community or whatever?
I just hit level 3 or 2.
Yeah, I think you're getting pretty close. You might have to maybe do like one more level, and then I think you're getting pretty much ready to end it. So how many hours did you say you played?
I think it was 18.
Yeah, you're getting it's like a 20-ish hour game, so you're getting pretty close.
Okay, I was hoping I'd finish it before this because that would have landed in my top 10. I mean, I hope I just don't rage quit it like I did 2.
I put more hours in the other one than I did Skyrim, so it's probably like over 140 hours. But this one's way shorter. It's much shorter. It's more manageable.
Okay, I think that's part of the reason I wanted to give it a go because it seemed like something I could maybe finish, but I don't know. I like it a lot so far, but I haven't finished it. Derek, what you got?
I've got 4 again because I'm a terrible person. Even though this game got not so great reviews, I really like Brothers and I wanted to play A Way Out. I did not get a chance to play A Way Out yet, so I would like to play A Way Out.
I'd play that.
These are all.
Forgot about it.
You got PlayStation Plus? Let's do it. Let's blow through that game together, man. Let's do it.
I don't even know if you need that to do it.
Oh, that's true.
Maybe you do. No, well, maybe you only need 1 copy. Maybe that's the way it was.
1 copy thing, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
These are all games, by the way, that I have not owned or purchased or played. I didn't play any. I didn't put any unfinished on here. Super Smash Brothers. I would like to play the single player. I am not dying to play, but I would like to check out the World of Light.
You won't like Smash
it, Bros. Well, still want to try it.
No, I don't think you will. But
I know I probably won't, but I've done worse things. I didn't think I'd like Bloodborne. I'll always go back to Bloodborne. I beat that game, so
that game will help you settle things. So
listen, I need to settle it down. Down.
Well, I mean, you help you do that. It'll help you settle other things too. Like, take that to court, give it to the judge, settle it that way. Yeah.
Who is the master debater? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Derek, you're losing this category.
Yeah, I know. I didn't play. I didn't play. Pokemon Let's Go. I would like to check those games out. I wasn't super hot on that pre-release. Post-release, I would like to play them. I'm still not super high on them. But
you get the Pokeball.
No. I've got 2 balls already. I don't need a Pokemon.
This one's red though.
Well,
it's red and white, right?
You haven't seen my balls lately, have you?
Well, if you bring your blue into that, then you got America balls.
I got purple. They look like they've been tricky.
It's not good. Okay.
So I'd like to check out Pokemon Let's Go. I've heard good things. I think it'd be fun. Plus with the kids, I think they'd really like it. And last but not least is a game that Xbox got for free not too long ago, and I haven't played it all. And even though people say it's Meat Boyish, I still want to try it. That is Celeste. I would like to play Celeste.
Yeah, should.
Yep. Once it goes cheap digitally on the Switch again, I will buy it.
Okay. You're not shelling out $40 for the physical one like I did.
I can't. I'm too cheap.
I mean, I probably shouldn't have, but
I'm a cheap bastard.
I don't know.
Best game that I never played.
Okay. Ryan, what you got?
I just got one. It's Valkyria Chronicles 4. I briefly played a few missions of it, and I never finished the first one either. So I don't know. I'd like to finish at least one of those games just to see. It seems very similar to the first one, but
so you got that on Xbox?
Yeah.
Fourth one.
Okay. Yeah, that one was actually Xbox One X enhanced. The last two games I got were not, which is kind of weird because I thought all games going forward were supposed to have that. Apparently not.
Yeah, they just wanted you to think that at the beginning, and then now they're like, they already bought it. Like, whatever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if that keeps happening because there's probably only a year or two left for that console. So,
yeah.
And then it'll be Xbox One, 2 in
buckle my shoe.
Yeah. But that Valkyria Chronicles 4 is cool. It looks good. It's a weird, goofy, alternate World War, like it's supposed to be World War II, but alternate universe type thing with fake countries. So, but it's pretty clear which one are the Nazis and which ones aren't. So.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know who the French people are though. They're probably in the Night Wars, but
they got night fever with that night war. Mm-hmm. All right, next up, let's go ahead and do some largest/best style of the year.
I like a lot of large things.
All right.
So I also have some Facebook stuff here too, just so you know.
Okay. I guess I just took style as like not really like best graphics, but just like the way it looked, or like the way. I mean,
level 3 looked. Yeah.
How tight the graphics were on level 3.
I'm sorry.
Mostly.
I've got best graphics, not best style. Sorry, I apologize.
Okay. I guess style. I mean, I
have style and graphics two different ways. So yes, let's keep them separated.
So like,
I don't have largest though. Where did largest come into play?
Recently, it was recent.
I'm trying to think of like a game that's got cool style but not really mind-blowing graphics. Maybe like this maybe yeah, something like that, or like Wind Waker, how it's like cell shaded, so that's kind of a different style.
Persona 5.
Yeah. So like it still looks kind of like modern, or like, it's unique looking, it's eye catching.
It's different.
Yeah, but it's not like, state of the art.
Yeah. It's not The Last of Us. Yeah, it's not,
Yeah, I feel like they should do that to Minesweeper, and that'll really bring it back.
Yeah, make the mines very realistic.
Like first person.
Give it like a Persona 5 UI remake. And, yeah.
All right. I'm into that.
I'm not an artist, so I cannot do that, but somebody should.
There's always art school. I
don't think that'll help me.
My choice for best style is a game that totally aped 8-bit games that I loved, and that is Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which was basically a lot like Castlevania 3. Yes. Looks 8-bit, looks like a Castlevania game, plays like one, sounds like one. It's fun to play.
Very good soundtrack.
Yeah, Bloodstained Curse of the Moon.
Very good game that I watched you play.
And I actually finished it, but not in front of you guys. I never finished in front of guys, I guess.
I appreciate that, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Derek, what you got? Best style, largest style.
I got two for you. I think the style of a Pizza Titan Ultra is very fun. It is very. It's not. It's different. You know, it's got that Crazy Taxi style vibe. But I think the design is very cool. I like the characters. I love the riffs on, you know, modern day entertainers that they put into the game, like your Bob Rosses and stuff of that nature. Well, you know what I mean. They're real characters, but a play on them in the game itself. And I thought that was very fun. So I enjoy the style of Pizza Titan Ultra, and I think best style of the year goes to Donut County. I thought the style of that game was very well done, with not a ton of graphics necessarily, but what they do with the game itself, very tight, especially level 3.
When you hit level 3.
Yep. Yeah. I think Donut County, the stylings.
Any of the donuts end up in coffee?
Newsflash, there are no donuts.
I saw one though. Wasn't it on like
it's on the Donut Hut. Yeah, it's on the Donut Hut.
Does it fall into some coffee?
Is the hole just a coffee cup?
No, the hole is the donut. When people order donuts, the dude sends out a hole and swallows everything around them and drops them.
Where's the order of donut
under the earth? They talk about donut holes in the game. It's best style, Donut County. That game has got some style.
I feel like they should rethink Donut Hole. I feel like they named it wrong.
Would you rather it just be called the D hole?
Well, it's not the hole in the donut.
It's the hole out of the donut.
Yeah. So, anyways.
Just call it the D hole.
Like a hole can't be a physical thing, right?
Well, the black hole, I guess. But
and the B
hole.
Yeah, the B hole.
But
man.
Yeah.
Anyway, best style is the
D hole. Orange, buff.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually, no, it's not actually called the hole.
Yeah.
Best style, Ryan.
Shia LaBeouf's hole. No, it's called holes.
Hold on. What?
No, we got Dragon Quest 11 for me for best style. That Dragon Ball art style is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Still looks good. And then that mixed together with all the music and the CG cutscenes they put in there too look amazing. I don't know if you guys have seen any of those. They did a really good job on those. But
it's the guy that does, it's Toriyama, right? Like I said, the guy that does Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's the Dragon Ball guy.
I would give an honorable mention to Dragon Ball FighterZ because I do think that game looks great from afar, but I didn't play it. So
I also did not play it, but I have it.
I didn't play it, but no, it does look pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, largest best style. Let's go ahead and move that in the
break real quick. Their
best break of the year. Let's do that one.
Yeah, let's do that.
The Shia LaBeouf Holes break of the year. Yeah.
Yep, I'm gonna go throw open the. Never mind.
Wherever you need to do it.
Not seen that movie?
I've never seen it.
No, came out 2003.
Nope, didn't. I remember it coming out, but
Patricia Arquette's also in that movie. So Sigourney Weaver.
Man, this sounds star-studded.
John Voight might be in that movie too.
He's probably the bad guy. He usually was.
Yeah.
Seemed
Him and Sigourney, they're the bad guys. John Voight's in that.
Man, she's playing a dude, huh? That sucks.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver as John Holt or John John Voight in
John Holes Voight.
Yeah, John Holes Voight. The void hole. You don't want to go in the void hole.
No. She could probably pull off a good John Voight. She'd be the prettiest John Voight I'd ever seen. But
yeah, John Voight's in that. So yeah.
Was he the bad guy in? I wanted to say the Tomb Raider movie, but that can't be right because he's Angelina Jolie's dad. I think.
Well, I mean, is it you considered the bad guy for giving birth to Angelina Jolie, or
well, yeah, it's kind of like a heel turn, I guess.
yeah. Nah, he hasn't really been in too much. Wasn't he in? Was he National Treasure, or was that a different guy? I think he was in National Treasure.
I didn't see any of those. I know he was in like Midnight Cowboy, maybe.
That's old. That is
Yeah.
very old. Yeah.
X-rated phenomenon.
Hello, I returned from the D-hole break.
Oh man, took a quick dump.
Yeah, I flew open the B-hole and the D-hole same time.
Well, that's the easiest way to do it.
Jesus Christ.
2 birds, 1
toilet. Yep.
Toilet.
Yep.
Let's move right into most best looking / most best graphics.
That I do have some Facebook stuff from.
All right, let's hear that.
Best graphically looking, impressive face value, great, pretty game of the year.
Grain of salt. Yep.
All of those things. Here you go. Make sure to head over to the Level Up Show podcast Facebook page if you would like to follow along. Joe Barber popped in and said he doesn't play a wide variety of games. He sticks to his sports games. He does think Madden 19 looked visually pretty goddamn good. Now, I didn't play the Madden this year, so I don't have much to back it up. Ryan, did you see any Madden while you were back home?
I did not see John Madden. He was not in the neighborhood. I don't think he normally is in my neighborhood, but
his bus broke down.
Where is? I don't even know where he's from. Where is he from?
Oakland.
Heaven.
But I have to imagine if John Madden was around, he would have looked old as fuck. So, but the game named after John Madden looked okay.
All right.
Okay.
Mike Street,
yeah, he's 82 years old.
Mike Street popping in here saying Forza Horizon 4. Who, buddy?
Oh yeah, it does look pretty. I played a demo of it.
Goddamn good. Chris Sharp popping in with a few options. Spider-Man, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption 2. MJ Michael Johnson saying the same damn thing. All 3 of those games looking fan-fucking-tastic. And then Andrew Arthur Morgan just dropping the same Hearthstone gif on this question. So
okay.
The trolling had begun at that point. So
that's fine. It looks so good.
I
don't know what that game looks like.
I don't either.
Does it look like Solitaire?
It might.
Okay. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
My choice for most graphics of the year, most best, is God of War.
Ooh.
That game looks real nice.
Real good game. And
I'm not someone who like gives a shit about graphics normally, except how tight they are in level 3, of course.
Yeah, that's a deal breaker if they're not tight there.
Yeah.
Everywhere else it could be loose as a goose.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, who gives a shit, man? Level 1, sloppy as fuck. I don't care. I'm not yeah. I haven't hit the wheelhouse yet of this game.
No.
I'll remember you like it sloppy, yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Sloppy first. That's what I like.
Yeah, you gotta start off with the sloppy Joe.
And, work your way down.
To the made right.
Yeah.
God of War looks real nice. That's all I got to say about that. Derek, what you got?
I got 2. And it's actually I have a runner-up. That is in fact God of War.
Oh man.
I think that game also, yes, I agree. Sentiments, great game. Also great looking. Although that I would say my number 1 for best looking, most graphics, largest graphical card processing unit would be a game that I think just encompasses what a graphical powerhouse should look like. It gives you snow, it gives you desert, it gives you grass and trees and bushes and the D-hole. Gives you
Mass Effect Andromeda.
It gives you horse dick.
Oh no.
That is Red Dead Redemption 2. I think that game is just outstanding looking. From the character animation to the motion capture to I bring in a little bit of the emotion that the characters they're used and played with the actors themselves. Just the breadth of what you would get. Not one would say the breadth of the wild, but when when you look out into the vastness of what that game offers and what the folks in the industry call the draw distance, it is just so outstandingly well made. That game is real graphically pretty.
Yeah,
and it has
be wrong.
Horse balls.
Horse balls. You can see the veins.
Oh.
Ryan.
And with that token, Ryan's best looking game, Assassin's Creed.
No, because Red Dead 2 looked better than Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, sure did.
Red Dead 2 is mine.
Yeah,
as well.
I was just going with the dick theme.
I don't. Oh,
Conan Exile.
Yes. I mean, somebody is shining a light up into my window, so that's awesome.
Oh, that's weird.
So,
it's the cops.
I hope not.
It finally showed
very
up.
Awkward.
It finally followed you from Texas.
We swatted you live.
That would be pretty freaking scary. That'd be a life or death situation.
Joke about that. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't even know what would happen in that situation. But definitely want to be lying on the ground. But Red Dead 2, and I think for me, what really did it was just the rain, when the storms would come rolling in, and the lightning. That all, like, never really seen anything like that in the game before. Looked that good with that large of an environment. So that's more what did it in for me than all that other stuff. Was all the environmental stuff and how that stuff worked together.
Okay.
Pretty impressive.
DDR2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
So many revolutions.
Yeah.
Per minute.
Next up, we've got. How about most best moment of the year?
Man. I thought you might wait for this one. I love this one.
I have 2 for this one. The first.
Oh shit!
I got 3.
Man, I barely got 1.
Oh wow.
So I guess just moment or sequence. I don't really know however to think about this. Just something that happened in a game that you enjoyed or hit you for some reason.
That made you think you ate some Taco John's. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You started having a Derek dump. Most best moment. Mine was during Celeste, whenever at some point she starts talking about how she has this mental illness and she starts to have a panic attack. I guess there's a few moments. And like her and this dude, or I guess we're going to spoil shit. Who cares? If you care, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Spoil it.
Her and this dude are like in this gondola thing going up the mountain, and it like stops and she starts having a panic attack, and he like talks her out, or like talks her into getting out of it. He's like, you just got to imagine blowing a feather up in the air, and then like your breath is keeping it afloat, and like so you're actually, this feather's like going up, and you got to like hold down at some button for long enough to keep it going up. It's like I don't know. I didn't see that coming in this game. And then at some point, she starts talking about how she basically hates part of herself, the part that always like cannot get over things that happened in the past. It's like she just like fixates on horrible things that has happened, and it's like been like some of them was like even early in her childhood, and like cannot let go of them. And like so I guess kind of the game is like a battle to overcome or like accept that shit happened, but you got to keep moving forward. So I don't know. I did not expect any of that shit from that game. So that was a lot of moments, I guess. But
I think you're the only one of us that have played it.
I've heard a lot of good things, referencing what you're talking about. So yeah, I am with you 100% there.
Okay, Derek, what you got? Most best moments.
Like I said, I got 3. All from I'm assuming games that a lot of us, well, maybe 2 of us have high on our list. Number 3. As much as Ryan hates the music here, I really do enjoy Arthur's last ride towards camp.
Oh no, Undertaker got him
at the end of the game. and listen. You know that I don't think the
Was
rap
it Rollin' by Limp Bizkit?
Oh God, that would be so good. I think the music does add a depth to that moment, and I think it is a very well done. I really enjoy the part when I went back for the money, which I've been chastised about forever. But I like that.
But it made more sense though with that what actually happens in the game.
Sure, yeah.
Because the part that I got didn't make any sense when I didn't go back for the money.
Yeah. But I think his last ride is a very strong moment of the year contender. I had a surprisingly more of an affinity for hopping into Spider-Man and swinging through New York City for the first time. That just felt extremely good. As a Spider-Man fan, I mean, I'm more of a Venom guy, I suppose, but I like these Spider-Man characters and have always been a fan of Spider-Man. Getting into that game, Insomniac did a fantastic job, and just loading up and jumping and swinging, and it just I mean, they just nailed it, and I really enjoyed that game a whole hell of a lot. So swinging through New York City as Spider-Man was a pretty fun moment for me. And you know exactly where I'm going with my number one moment of the year. It's the moment I've talked about since it happened. It gave me chills. It made me scream at my TV at 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning while my buddy sat there and laughed at me because he knew it was about to happen. I almost cried. It was just the perfect moment for me as a God of War fan, but that is going back for the Blades of Chaos and having this everything from getting in the boat to the storms and the lightning and Thor wrecking hell up there, you know, just Thor doing his thing in the distance, you know, causing the lightning and the thunder and just the atmospheric storytelling there. Athena showing up, dealing with that as knowing who you were and who you are and having to make that sacrifice to go back and help your son. It just, everything around that moment was just fucking perfect. And God, that game's good. That game is real good. But yeah, going back for the Blades and God of War, my moment of the year for 2018.
Okay, good moments. Ryan, what you got? Can you top Derek? This is your last chance.
I'm more of a top guy, but whatever.
Okay.
For me, it is from God of War, and to me, it's the best part of that game. It was like the only game that I really felt they nailed it. Or only part of that game that I really felt they nailed it, and that was when you first encounter the World Serpent. Because I really wish that could have been in VR too, because that would have been amazing to just see that giant head come up and the way that it talked to you. I wish I should have had headphones on when that happened, because they totally nailed that part. It definitely felt like it was even kind of like I was sitting really close to my TV, so it did look pretty big. It, even though I knew like it was a game, like the way they did it and the way it happened, it was kind of scary because that thing was huge. So if that would have been in VR, I think it would have looked so much better. But it still made it's the part I remember the most about that game. So I thought they nailed that part for sure. And then the other part, completely different end of the spectrum, was in Dragon Quest XI when that monster asked me for my most prized possession, and I gave it a piece of shit. That was
that's just a summary for life, though. That's just life right there.
Yeah. So
that's
hot.
Those are the two I got.
I dig it.
Yeah. Okay. Solid choices.
Yeah.
It was solid. Yeah.
That's good to hear. All right. Next up, we've got the most best story of the year.
I believe this might be my. Well, I've got. I think this might be my last YouTube helper conversation here. So I do have some comments from the YouTube folks for best story.
Hit them. What you got?
So for best. Oh, you know what? I don't have anything for best story. I apologize. I asked the question and I got no responses.
I'll respond to you.
Did you have one for best cool story?
It was Cool Tetris.
Okay.
It was. Yeah. No.
Okay.
So yes, that I believe, aside from some people being funny on my the best game of the year post. No, they told me it was Cribbage, best game of the year, but that's all I got for best story. But Ralph, take it away. I'm sorry.
Were you asking people at Hy-Vee at like 7 a.m. what the best game of the year was?
Yeah. And they're like cabbage.
Yeah. Avocados.
Avocado toast. Most best story. I might as well just kept talking about what I was talking about last question. Celeste was the best story for me, which I just kind of hit on, I guess, a lot of the shit that happened in it. So it was just like a battle of yourself trying with yourself, trying to overcome the parts of yourself you don't like, and just trying to cope with them. And I just did not expect that game to have a story, mostly, and one that kind of hit home. And not in like direct ways, but just caught me off guard. And I like a good unexpected story. I mean, I liked, not to like bury the lead on anyone else, but I like God of War's story also. But I guess I kind of assumed the story would be okay. I don't know why. I should have expected that in God of War, because I don't know if they were in the old ones. But
there wasn't much story in the other ones.
Yeah. So I just thought it seemed like they were changing focus on this God of War. So I thought maybe you'd have a better story. But Celeste tops it for me, I guess. Derek, what you got?
I got two. You already touched on one of them, but my second best story of the year is Red Dead Redemption 2, although I anticipated most of what that game was going to do thematically. I didn't know how they would get to the end of that game. Spoilers with Arthur Morgan meeting his ultimate death. I assumed that was what was going to happen, and then you would then go on to play as Mr. John Marston, who, the more I think about it, the more I will tell you I like John Marston as a character. I thought that Arthur Morgan was also a great character, so it's really tough to pick between the two of them. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 2, a fantastic story, very well told. Definitely hard to get into. It's definitely got a good big ramp to get started. But so does my number one biggest boisterous story. God of War takes a little bit to get into also. But I thought the story told there was tighter, better, and just overall a better game.
Okay.
So yeah. God of War, best story.
Ryan, what you got?
Mine's Red Dead 2. I thought that was overall the best from start to finish. Even though I didn't like the way they did the ending with this last ride thing, if you took that out, I thought, and also like the choice I made to go fight on the mountain was bizarre. But most of that was like, besides those two parts, I thought the whole thing from start to finish was pretty good. And then the epilogue with John, I actually thought I liked a lot more than the ending for Arthur.
Yes,
just the goofy stuff that John was doing to kind of like set up his new life after
the dumb music with you Jack in hand, or like
building a house.
It's fucking awesome.
And showing how he marries his wife and all that stuff. It was all I don't know. I thought it was good.
It gives you a glimmer of hope for a character that you know is going to get fucked, but it's just a nice bridge between the sadness of losing Arthur to like, hey, look, he's happy, and then you're like, oh shit, wait.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's why I'd go with Red Dead over all the other ones I played. But I don't know. It seems like Rockstar really cares about that stuff, so it's no surprise they put a lot of effort into it. But.
Okay. Red Dead wins. No, what? Well, that brings us to the top 10 games of the year.
Oh man.
Now we have to argue about each slot here, so I hope you prepared your best arguments.
I've got these lists.
I don't have Smash. So.
Sorry, that's incorrect top 10 list.
Not gonna work.
I don't know how to settle it then if we don't have Smash.
We don't. We just keep going into number 10. Top 10 most best games of the year. I don't know. We may snake this, or we may just go in this standard order. We're gonna see here.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Number 10 for me is a game I didn't like as well as the last game of the series I played of it, but I still enjoyed it, though it was short and fairly easy. It has Kirby Star Allies on the Nintendo Switch. I liked Rainbow Curse. That's not what it's called. I can't remember what it's called. Whatever the one on Wii U, I like that one better, but it's a pretty good game.
Before we get too far into this, Ralph, can I ask you how many of your games are Switch games?
1, 2, like Switch exclusive?
No, just that you played on the Switch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay,
I
expected it to be okay, all right, right on.
Yeah, I got one Switch game.
All right, I have 4. So anyway, I was just curious. Mm-hmm. So Kirby is number 10 for you.
Number 10, Kirby Star Allies.
All right, cool.
Derek, what you got?
I have a game that we talked to some people that made this game a couple years back. Played the game. It's good. I would call it one of my most fun experiences that I had this year. That is Pizza Titan Ultra.
Good game.
Really good game.
It's on Switch now.
It is on Switch.
So I can play it. No.
You can. Buy it again. Pizza Titan Ultra.
All right.
Does it come with pizza?
It can if you order a pizza and then play the game.
Digital only.
Did you give it to the pizza guys and have the pizza guys deliver it with their pizza?
I think you'd rather give it to a pizza gal, but I mean, whatever you're into, man.
Whatever it takes. Whoever takes it, I guess.
Whoever wants the most sausage, I guess.
Oh, that's a problem. Ryan, number 10 game of the year.
I have Yakuza 6 as my number 10. So I thought that was a pretty good send-off for Kiryu, even though it might not be the end of his story. We'll see what they do. But yeah, it looked really great. It played really great. A lot of the stuff they did, that was like the first main game in their new engine. So it was pretty cool to see what they're going to be doing in the future with it, even though it might not be Yakuza games. So,
as a quick aside to piggyback on that, next year we need to have our like best surprise game that we got into or enjoyed, because the Yakuza series would be mine this year, because wow, I am really into Yakuza Kiwami.
Yeah, they're fun games.
It's no baby catching in that one, no. You have to play Yakuza 6 for that.
It has made me want to buy Yakuza 0 and Yakuza Kiwami 2, both of which are not cheap. Well, Zero's like
Kiwami 2 uses the new engine, so you're going to see a lot of
Kiwami 2
how it's going to look.
$40, and I don't know that I want to spend $40 on it.
It'll get cheap.
It will. But anyway, I think next year, best surprise game or something.
You could just do that right now. Best surprise 2019 game of
Yakuza Kiwami
right now.
Yep.
I don't know if I got one.
I don't either. All right, we're on the number 9.
Number 9.
Ryan, what do you got for number 9?
I have Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, the Golden Country as my number 9 game of the year. So,
okay.
I wonder if it might be higher than what I put Xenoblade Chronicles 2 last year, but yeah, I mean the game was still a lot of fun. I thought it was a lot easier than the original though, and I don't know if they did that by design, because you seem like you're playing with the people who are kind of setting up the story of Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so maybe they're just all really overpowered, and that might be why it seems a little easier, but it's still a lot of fun. See what the characters do. They cleaned up a lot of stuff so you don't have to deal with as much like extra hassle, I guess, that you had to deal with in the first one. They could have done that in the other game too. They patched the first game so much. I don't even know what it looks like now. So, but it was a lot of fun.
So you haven't
make another one. But.
So you haven't touched any of the other DLC
for the first game, no, or the main game, no.
Yeah.
I finished that game way before they started doing any of that stuff, so I haven't gone back to it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to go back to it this year, but we'll see.
They keep adding like new blades and stuff, so it seems kind of crazy that they're doing that, but
yeah, they're bored. Number 9. Derek, number 9. Game of the year.
Number 9. This is a game that I am giving its due to because I know it is better than I am giving it credit for.
It's your list. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, but I know that this game is good. I do like
It's your list.
Right, and that's why I kept it on here, and I kept it really low.
God of War, we know.
Yep. No, I put Kingdom Hearts 2 on here. No.
Okay. That's acceptable.
I wish that I would have taken to this game more and not been so pissed off about it. But boy, it sure is something. That's Hollow Knight.
Oh man, okay. Yeah. I didn't think that'd even correct your top 10 at all.
Yep. I like Hollow Knight. I wish I liked it more. Best map finding abilities of the year, yeah. I wish that I liked it more. I've still contemplated restarting the entire game.
You could have put this under disappointing, you know.
But it's not. Fine. It's a disappointment of myself. It's not a disappointment of the game because the game is good.
I don't know what these critiques are. No.
I'm disappointed in myself for not liking it more.
I mean, no.
Yeah,
that's just you're like okay, I don't like it. That's fine.
No, because I do like the idea of the game and it plays really well. I think the art is great. The way the music works, then it dips down and you get hit. I think that's fucking cool. Like everything about the game is like I should love this, and I fucking don't. And
man, so, I could say the same thing about Red Dead 2.
I know.
It's not on my top 10.
I get it. But I know that Hollow Knight is better than the sum of I'm giving it credit for, and that's why it is at number 9.
Okay.
I want to make sure that I recognize.
Have to try to be objective, though.
Well, yeah. I know, but
it's fine.
That is
in the lead.
It's thank God.
Okay, number 9. Hollow Knight.
What do you got? What do you got for number 9, Ralph?
Number 9, I got Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon. I mentioned it earlier with the style. It's a fun time, kind of nostalgic, Castlevania NES era type of thing. Good time. It's pretty cheap, also. I mean, I got it free for being a Kickstarter backer of the game that'll never come out, Bloodstained: Return of the Night.
It'll come out on Wii U.
Yeah. That's the only reason I backed that Kickstarter was to get that physical version for the Wii U, and then they fucking canceled it. Bloodstained: Curse of the Moon. I guess I'm next. Next up is a game could have been higher on my list if I would have played it more. I got towards the end of the year. I still put like 10 hours into it, and that's Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I wasn't sure. I never have really gotten into a Smash Brothers game that much. I don't know why I'm really kind of into this one. Because
the Wii U one? Or?
Not much. I played more of the Wii one for some reason. But the Wii one had a better single-player campaign than any of them. This single-player mode, I don't know. It's just like you're walking around on a map like Mario 3 or Mario World, except every space you land on is just a one-on-one. Well, it's just a fight. It's not like you're walking through a level or something like in the Wii version of Smash. So I don't know. But it's kind of fun unlocking spirits, which you can apply to your character to give them different stats, stat boosts, and whatever. So that's probably where I've found most of my fun is unlocking that stuff and unlocking the characters. I've got over half of the characters unlocked. I think there's like 70 something. I got Simon Belmont, which was my main concern, and Bayonetta. So
do you have ice climbers?
Yeah, I've never picked them though.
Apparently, if you pick, if everybody picks ice climbers, it causes the frame rate to have issues.
It's too many characters. Is that the eight player?
I'm not sure. What's the max? Is it 8 the max?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably that. Yeah.
I guess, yeah, because it'd kind of be 16 characters on screen, I guess.
Yeah.
It's weird. Smash Brothers. Derek, number 8.
Number 8. Is also a game that I wish I would have enjoyed a little bit more or played a little bit more. I can understand why this is a hit or miss game for some people. I am not completely cooled on the game. I will get back to it. I definitely wish that I don't wish. I know that if I would have bought it digitally, I probably would have played it a little bit more on the Switch. I bought it physically on the PS4. Still a good game, and that is the Dead Cells. Not to be confused with the Papa Roach song.
Okay. Or Yakuza Dead Souls.
Which is also a good song, but
or game, yeah.
Yes, also
zombie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, Dead Cells. Yeah. Some underwhelming games, but still good.
Welcome to the top 10 of 2018.
I'll be really honest with you. I almost thought about saying that we could make it a top 5. Like, I was that close.
You were saying earlier how 2018 was the best year, but I had Mario as like my 15th best game of the year last year.
You're not wrong. That 2018 had some good games, but 2018.
We can do top 5 next year.
Maybe we'll do a top everything like a top. I'm fine with I'm good with top 10, but just like once we hit 7, like 7 and up, I'm hot on. 8 and below, I'm like, they're good.
Zelda and Mario were my 13th and 14th best games of last year.
Zelda's trash, so that's fine.
Hot take.
That's your take.
I was also wrong about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. That was my number 8 last year. So.
Okay, I didn't say it was trash. Well, I would never say that. I keep thinking about going back to Breath of the Wild.
No, that's a
I probably never will.
No, I won't either.
All right. Anyway. Dead Cells number 8.
Dead Cells number 8 for Derek Vance.
Ryan, what do you got?
My number 8 is Ni no Kuni 2. I had a lot of fun with that game too. I wish they would have went more into the whole, like, it was all anime style art, but none of it was actually like the actual anime cutscenes. I wish
that's what made me sad about Ni no Kuni 2 is they didn't stick with that art style.
Yeah, I feel like I was definitely looking forward to that too because it looked really good in the first one. But I still think it was a fun game. It was a lot easier than the first one. It was a lot of times it seemed way too easy. But if you're in for just like not much of a challenge and just want to relax to some decent music and run around in an anime Japanese RPG, it's not that bad. But if you're looking for a challenge, I could see getting tired of it pretty quick. But I still thought it was fun. The building up your base too was really addicting. So I like that part quite a bit. I probably spent most of my time doing that towards the end of the game. So it was pretty cool. I mean, I'm hoping they're going to make another one, but I don't know, the way this one turned out and the mixed reception it got, I'd be surprised if they make a third.
Yeah, I wonder how well it sold.
Yeah. Well, they're still available, like those editions that they had at launch. So it kind of sold that well. Those expensive editions. Yeah.
By the way, I need to give you everything from the premium edition besides the game because I traded the game in.
You don't want any of that?
No, I don't need any of that. No.
I mean, I don't really either. Like, I don't really display any of that stuff. So I don't know where to display it. So
trash.
That's usually why.
With Zelda.
That's usually why I never buy those editions.
I mean, I just bought it because it was cheap. But yeah.
The only one I got is the Order one because it was cheap too. So I have a little figure of the guy from the Order. I don't remember his name.
1886.
Yeah. That was a popular name that year.
Agent 1886.
I named my boy after him. Yeah.
All right, number 7, Ryan.
Oh crap! I was not prepared for that.
We're snaking this bitch.
Looking at my list from last year. My number 7, I can see what it was last year.
Mass Effect Andromeda.
No, that was my number 18. Yeah, 18 was Mass Effect. Prey was my number 7 last year. It's a stronger number 7 than my number 7 this year. I have Far Cry 5 as my number 7 this year. That game I think was a ton of fun. I'm kind of looking forward to that weird kind of sequel that they're doing.
The primal of Far Cry 5.
Yeah, just to see what it is because it was definitely a blast just going around Montana doing stupid stuff with all those companion characters. The companion characters were pretty good.
Good old Herc.
Just watching him do stupid stuff. Yeah, like him blowing himself up all the time. Because that dude gave no thought to when he pulled the trigger. Like he could be a foot away from the enemy. He's doing rocket launch.
Yeah.
And the way they would talk too, if you had multiple together, like their conversations were pretty good.
Yeah, all of them with him. Or if you had Cheeseburger and him, like I don't know.
So I don't know. That's why I like those Far Cry games so much. It's just a bunch of dumb fun, and then add a bunch of goofy characters in there. And the way they did Montana, it looked really nice too. It was a very good looking game.
Yeah, agreed. Derek, number 7.
Number 7 for Derek Vance is Overcooked 2. Talked about it earlier with best multiplayer. Great game. They new mechanics they added to it. The different chefs, the things they ask you to do, the cooperation you have to have with the people that you're playing with. Just all around a very good game. Overcooked 2, my 7th best game.
Have you make any chocolate balls in that game?
I never found any chocolate balls. No.
Yeah.
Salty balls.
Oh no.
Yeah. Can you salt anything in that game?
No.
No, there's no like French fries or anything.
No, unfortunately, you do make fries, but no salt.
Are they freedom fries?
Unsalted. Everything's freedom when you're in Overcooked.
Home fries.
Yes. Yep. 7th best game of the year, Overcooked. Ralph, your 7th best game?
Okay. My number 7 game of the year is Runner 3.
It was on my list for a while. Runner 3 was.
Yeah, I don't know. Like an Endless Runner doesn't really. I don't mind playing them every once in a while, but something doesn't really ever stick with me. For some reason, this one did. It was like challenging, but I just kept wanting to try again, and like I didn't think I'd ever finish this, and I did. And I like unlocking the different characters. Like for some reason, I like playing as Eddie Riggs from Brutal Legend.
Yeah, weird. Some of those characters they had in that game are so weird.
Yeah, Uncle Dill, who's a pickle, feet and legs. He's good. And then Space Dave, Dave from Space Dave.
Something, or is one of the boss shooting hot dogs? Or
the first boss like throws hot dogs at you.
So you could be a pickle having hot dogs thrown at you.
Yeah, that's man. That's nearly a sandwich.
Oh man.
Runner 3. It's a good time. They're gonna patch it supposedly with
what?
Well, update it with new stuff and an easier difficulty.
Oh,
you get a sweet pickle in there.
Nice.
Perhaps. Runner 3. I'll go with number 6.
Number 6.
My number 6 game of the year is the only game I 100%ed this year.
I was hoping we'd line this up.
Yoku's Island Express.
It's a very good game.
That's a joyous game. Like a pinball Metroidvania thing. Yep. The only main problems I had with it was the fast travel system kind of sucks.
Yep.
And sometimes it's kind of a bitch to line up a shot that you're trying to take. But
I think for that reason I will not 100% it because I just don't want to deal with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I ended up looking up how to find some of the last things I was missing.
Like I looked up how to find to do the B thing to drop off the package. That's the last thing I looked up, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's a really good game. I don't know. It's like dirt cheap right now.
It's only right. No, PS. It's on PS4.
It's on everything. I actually have it. I have it on Xbox One and Switch.
Nice.
It's a bad thing.
Good game.
It's like last I looked, it was like $15 on Amazon on Switch. So I don't know. There's a demo of it too available if anyone wants to try it. Yoku's Island Express. Derek, what do you got for number 6?
Number 6, Donut County. Talked about that with Best Style. Donut
Best
County
song.
And one of the greatest songs, yes. Donut County, really extra fun. Just, very easy mechanics to pick up and go with. You want to put things in holes, it is the best Donut. It is the best D and hole experience you'll have this year.
Are you filling in the hole, or is it just like
no? The hole is essentially an endless pit. You're just filling with everything.
Like throwing a hot dog down a hallway.
Not a hot dog down a hallway. Like when I have, like a hot dog down a hallway.
When you have supper,
Supper, yep. Yeah. That's what I like to eat.
Yeah.
Off of the floor.
Okay.
Donut County, number 6 for me. A great game.
You throw the hot dog down the hallway, that cools it off a little bit, right?
Oh no.
Definitely. That's just physics right there.
Who wants hot dogs? I like a cold dog.
Cool dog.
Some would call it the rawest dog.
Yeah. Jimmy Johnson needs to start talking about that.
No raw dogs.
Oh man.
Only boiled dogs here.
Did Jimmy Johnson get raw after the Cowboys loss, or no?
I think him and Romo are over the Cowboys. They don't care. Anyway.
Yeah.
Who's the guy who does the announcing with Romo?
Jim Nance.
Jim Nance.
Yeah, I think he struggles a little bit to keep up with Romo, because
he just goes, man.
Romo will start doing some dumb, intentionally dumb jokes, and Nance will try to get in there, and then it gets weird.
Nance is
a sports guy.
He's just trying to remember what sport they're watching, because he does golf and other stuff too.
It's in the cup. He's got the gold. Oh fuck, where are we at?
CBS.
Home of the Masters.
Number 6, Ryan.
I have Detroit Become Human as my number 6. So, yeah, I originally had that one quite a bit higher, but I watched my brother's kid play it, and I actually played it quite a bit myself. And
took it down a few notches.
No, it's just seeing how other people interact with it. I think I can't even remember some of the characters' names because it's been so long now. But the main girl and the main robot that is you.
Detroit.
The city of Detroit that you play as.
Yeah.
Always a disappointment. I think those two storylines are very strong, and some of the alternatives paths that you can take with those two characters are pretty good. And that girl, I wish I could remember her name. She's also a robot.
RoboCop.
I can't. Who's RoboCop's sidekick? I don't even remember.
Nancy.
Is that her name?
I want to say it's Nancy, but I don't know.
There's a chance you could kill her off right away. So, but the main, I wish I could remember the guy's name.
Peter Weller.
Real quick, because I don't want to just call them robots. It just seems wrong because they're trying to become human. I'm calling them robots.
Man, that's racist, I guess, or something. So
sad. Yeah, I mean, it's. It wouldn't surprise me in Detroit. But let me see. What Marcus is the main. Well, they're all robots. Marcus is the main. Connor is the main guy. You can't kill him. No. Oh, okay. I haven't. Did you know they released an actual collection of all the Quantic Dream games, and so you can get a physical copy of the PS4 version of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls.
Yeah, I thought about picking that up, but I'm not.
Same here. But so Connor, he's great. Him and his interactions with the cop are pretty good. Kara is good too, but it's just she can die so early if you don't do things correctly. So you could miss out on her stories. And if you don't play the game multiple times like I did to try to see everything, you just kind of miss out on that. And then Marcus, they could have definitely put more work into. But I don't know. I know a lot of people think his games are weird and the stories aren't that great, but I think what he does is interesting, and it's cool to see a game like that. And it seems like the only type of games he makes, so I'm sure he's going to make another one. But that's my number 6.
Okay. I wanted to play that, and I didn't.
Just get the collection.
Yeah, may do that.
It's 40 right now, so you might want to wait for it to drop. But.
Okay. Yeah. Number 5, Ryan.
Before we get to number 5, let's just take a quick break.
What was Jolene's favorite game of the year?
Now that we've got children to entertain.
Probably Runner 3.
What's your hold on? I guarantee you know what it's going to be. What is your what's your game of the year?
Smash Brothers.
What's your favorite game that you played or I played this year?
Chutes and Ladders.
What is it? Tell me. Tell everyone.
TikTok.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Solitaire. Calculator app.
Isn't that these games are called? Yeah.
What about you, Levy? What do you think?
Tinder app.
It's the best game I played this year. Best game.
Grinder.
Oh no.
Oh
man.
Yes.
Red Dead. So Jolene's game of the year is Red Dead.
Still young for Red Dead.
I don't know if she meets the requirements there.
Olivia also says Red Dead.
Man,
they like the
kids
horses.
Are wise beyond. They like. Oh, I'm not going to say anything about that. Okay.
You're a terrible uncle. What the fuck?
I'm not related.
Oh boy.
But
we all thought that. Yeah, we all thought that you were going to say Fortnite. No, or Rocket League.
Game with the best dances.
All of she was going to say all of those are game of the year.
Okay, that's a good answer.
That's good. It's good. So many games.
She's
there you go. You hear? She loves Onrush.
Wow. Okay. Surprise contender.
Olivia also likes They both loved watching. They like racing games though. So
love Onrush.
They are racist.
Which I like Daddy playing Donut County.
Okay. Yep.
What about Runner 3? Do you like Runner 3?
Did you guys did you eat donuts while playing Donut County?
Did we ever eat any donuts while we played Donut County? No, I don't think so.
Man,
missed opportunity there.
No.
Yeah, I fail in this category.
Could have ate donut holes.
Maybe when we like play Donut County, we should get some donuts to eat them while you're playing.
Well, I'm done playing it, so now it's your turn to play.
Yay.
Yeah, do that.
I'll let you play
next year.
Let's get some coffee.
2020 you can play.
2020.
Next year.
That frown doesn't go over audio very well. But
it doesn't work very well. It's a good frown. All right, tell everyone good night.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye night. Have a beautiful time.
She's going to the Night Wars.
Oh man, fight the Night War well.
Yeah.
She's got it down now. All right.
Gotta watch out for the Night Man.
One more child. Soon enough, we're gonna have 3 of these kids we're gonna do this with.
Oh man, we're gonna have a whole nother podcast just for this.
We are. We're gonna have a 6th chair. It's gonna be me and my 3 kids and you 2.
Man, I guess they could replace me like every other episode when I can't make it. Apparently,
it's fair. What do you got?
Hi there. She doesn't have much to say.
Mario game and I win a lot of times.
Mario Party. Oh man.
What?
That's nobody's game of the year, I think.
We haven't got the number 1 yet.
All right. Well, so you got Red Dead Redemption, Donut County, and Super Mario Party is the kids' game of the year.
Okay, I could see a kid liking Super Mario Party a lot.
I like Super Mario Party. Definitely not top 10 worthy.
It looks nice.
It's not fun single player, I'll tell you that much.
It's fun multiplayer.
Yeah.
What else you got?
I like you playing
Turtles. Oh.
Red Dead.
You like the horses?
Yeah.
What else?
She's got good jokes.
I like Joan playing Fortnite because I am keep hammering her houses.
She slowly got to the point. She's eating the microphone.
That's fine. That's what I do.
She likes to watch her build houses.
Yeah, she likes to watch her build.
Yeah.
Oh, in Fortnite? Okay.
Doing some quick building or slow building if they don't know what they're doing.
All right. Tell them night.
Good night.
Tell them bye. Wave bye.
Have a beautiful Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Hadley? Bring her in.
I think she's asleep.
Wake her up.
Nope.
This is important.
I was really hoping. All right. Make sure you shut that. Oh boy, I was really hoping, bad parent alert, that they weren't going to say that their favorite game they watched me play was the Resident Evil 2 demo, because that's definitely not okay. But I definitely may have done it and did not know how bad it was going to be. And then that dude got pulled in half, and I was like, "Oh, I made a bad mistake."
Oh, they've been showing that for a while. You should have been aware of that one.
Well, like all I thought about in my head was, I mean, they watched Ryan play Outlast. It's probably okay.
Oh, I stopped.
I know you did. Better than I am. I was like, oh, this guy just got ripped in half. I only have 30 minutes. I got to play this.
All they saw of Outlast was some guy chasing me, and then I knew
it was only Olivia. And Olivia loved every second of it too. She loved.
I knew he was going to catch me, and when he caught me, something terrible was going to happen, and he wouldn't leave. So I just had to shut it off.
I love hanging out with you in this basement. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Sorry. Number 5.
Number 5.
Is it me? I think it's Ryan.
Derek Vance.
Oh shit. What was Ryan's number 5? I missed it.
I didn't. Well, did you do the last number 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's snaking you.
No. The snake is just you. It's Ryan. Ryan's number 5.
Okay.
What? I don't remember.
Ryan's 5. Because Ryan did 6. Yes. Ryan
6 was Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
You're 5. We're good.
So, my 5 is Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I didn't really. I don't know. That game's kind of interesting because I feel like I like Origins more than Odyssey, but I still had a ton of fun roaming around Greece. Like it's kind of. I wonder where they're going to go from here. Like I don't know if they're going to make another one like this. I know they spent a lot of time doing that redesign to make these games, but I don't know if they could do another one like this. I feel like if they try, they'll run into the same situation where some people just get tired of it. But I don't know. It's still a lot of fun. The story was quite a bit different. It was unlike any other one. It's like it was a very personal family story. They've had some family stuff in the other ones, but not to this degree. But so I don't know. The gameplay was fun. The horses were so much like the only thing I could really think of is because I finished Red Dead 2 first, but I started playing Assassin's Creed before Red Dead 2, and then came back to Assassin's Creed. And the way the horses work in both of those games is completely different.
Completely different, yeah.
Like the horse that you have in Assassin's Creed is pretty much indestructible, can run over anything, and you're pretty much just jumping off of mountains with that horse, and all it does is just kind of roll to the side and then gets back up. So it's quite a drastic change going between those two, but I still like playing it quite a bit. I think they're taking a year off next year or this year, right?
Yeah, 2019, no Assassin's Creed.
So it'll be cool to see what they come out with in 2020 because there's
sure
no way. Yeah, I just kind of hope it's not like this again, but I hope they change it a little bit. But that's all I got for number 5.
All
right. Number 5, Derek.
Number 5, a game you just had at your number 6, Yoku's Island Express. Charming game, hell of a fun time. Pinball mechanics, Metroidvania style. It drove me to want to collect things and go back and have a good time going throughout the map, even though the fast travel sucked. I had a good time with the mechanics I was given. I never felt that the game was too overly difficult. It's a little bit harder navigating certain areas, but I enjoyed the time that I had with Yoku's Island Express. It is a solid top 5 of 2018 game.
You finish it?
I did finish it.
Nice. Yeah, it's not very long either.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I finished it in 2019, but I finished it before this podcast, and that's all that matters.
That is what matters. It's okay. Nice. Okay.
Yoku's super good.
My number 5, I've already talked about a lot, so there's not a whole lot more to say here. But it's Celeste. Good time. Good game. Play it if it sounds interesting.
I'm excited to try it out, especially with the story. I am excited for that.
Celeste. All right. Number 4 for you. God of War.
Oh, God, so low.
You mean, wait.
The movie. Awful. Real bad.
Wait, are you sure you're not just saying the name of the game? God of War 4.
God of War 4. Number 4.
Is that, okay. It is your number 4. You're not just saying God of War 4.
God of War 4 ever.
God of War 4, yeah.
They should have done that. Batman Forever style, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. This is off topic, but I couldn't sleep last night, so I was on eBay looking at Tiger handheld electronic games, and they had a Batman Forever one someone did, and it was like less than $15, and I almost bought it.
No, don't do that thing.
What did it have on the what was the art on it?
It was like real. It was like mostly black with like I think it was like silver silhouette looking almost of the characters.
I want to say it's more of a silhouette if I'm thinking properly.
What did it have on it? Was it just Batman, Joker, and Two-Face, or did they? Oh, not Joker, Riddler, Two-Face,
and maybe Robin.
Robin, probably.
Yeah, I bet it's really fun because all those were. God of War. I had a lot of fun with it. I didn't know if I was going to like the combat. I knew it was quite a departure from the old God of Wars, and like I'm not even like a giant God of War fan. I'd only finished the first one. I had rage quit the second one at some point. Never tried the third one or Ascension.
I rage finished the second one.
I remember that. And I didn't touch the PSP ones or whatever.
You let the rage of the blades fill you.
Yeah, the rage of Olympus really filled me up.
Filled your blades, or
just one blade.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the key blade.
You think if you put the rage of Olympus in that, would it stop it from getting bigger? Or
my penis?
4 hours.
Donut hole.
You put anything in that hole, it gets bigger. Proven fact.
Damn.
All or as big as you put it in there, it's getting bigger.
Yeah, I don't know. God of War kept me interested pretty much the whole time. Towards the end, I don't know what the deal was. I was kind of ready for it to be over. And I honestly don't remember a lot of what happened in that game because it was so long ago. But I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. And yeah, really well made. Good time. God of War, number 4. Derek. Number 4.
My number 4 might come as a shock. As far as its placement on my list of 2018 games is Red Dead Redemption 2. My sole purpose for putting this game lower on this list is it's a big swing in the beginning of the game that you got to get past. It's a lot of tutorialness to it. But I just felt that there was a lot of, I don't want to say old mechanics, but the game just felt very old. And maybe that is more of a deliberate feeling. Maybe people like that. I would have liked a little bit better fast travel, a little bit better control with, like Ryan said, with the horse. Just, simple mechanic touches. I thought the gunplay could have been vastly improved. The things they did very well with the characterization. I thought the mission structure was pretty good. As far as storyline stuff goes, the side missions, I mean, there's some pretty spectacular side missions too. There's the Rockstar stuff that's hidden throughout the world. The ending was good. The Marston stuff, I think, is better. But that first game just did it all for me. I think Red Dead 2 is really great, but it does not eclipse what I felt Red Dead 1 did for me. So that puts it at a solid 4, number 4 in 2018.
Okay. Number 4, Ryan.
My number 4 is also God of War. I don't know if I can really say anything about it that hasn't already been said, so I don't really have to dwell on it. But I don't know. I thought the game was pretty great too. I really liked the combat the most. And I like how they kind of took the I know people consider it more like the Castlevania Metroid style, but they kind of took the Tomb Raider approach to that, and it makes a lot of sense knowing some of those people that worked on that game worked on the Tomb Raider games. So, and I don't know, I think that's kind of a fun way to lay out a game. So I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, it's a good choice. How about your number 3 game of 2018?
My number 3 was Spider-Man. Definitely, I wasn't even sure if I was going to buy that game. And the main reason I bought that game was because my one of my brother's kids is way into Spider-Man. So I know he would want to see it and watch. And I was actually, he's pretty young too. So I'm kind of surprised at how much he just wants to watch me play it and not take the controller and try to play it. Because if he did, he would just be terrible at it. So, so it is a lot of fun. I played that on my own before I even showed it to him. And then over Christmas break, I was showing it to him. And like every 30 minutes, he would want me to stop and change my suit and then start playing again. So, but yeah, I mean, that game was tons of fun. It looks great. Going around New York is great. I thought the whole storyline was great. And it was probably the most fun I've ever had in a superhero style game, just because traversing the world as Spider-Man and swinging around felt so good. I really hope they do make another one with the same team and not somebody else, but who knows what they're going to do. So that was my number 3.
Yeah, I kind of wish I'd probably played that game, but I did not. All right. Well, Derek.
Number 3 for me, also Marvel's Spider-Man. Great story, great mechanics, great game, beautiful. I love the suits. I love the backpacks. Just the lived-in world that they built. I thought the way they did Peter Parker was great. I'm not super sold on maybe Venom, maybe not Venom at the end there, but I am excited. I thought the Black Cat stuff was done very well. I would have liked for her to be more of a prominent character. I understand the DLC part, but I like Black Cat as a character. But yes, Marvel Spider-Man, a fantastic fucking game. A game I was very close to platinuming.
Nice. You platinumed it, right, Ryan?
Yeah, I did. I forgot. I guess you get something for platinum in God of War, but I think it's just a dumb avatar. But I've not checked it out yet. It's better than nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I played that many games this year, but God of War and Spider-Man were I think I maybe 3 or 4, so 2 out of the 4.
Nice. Okay.
What about you, Ralph? What's your number 3?
Number 3, the aforementioned Far Cry 5, for basically the same reasons as Ryan had.
Cheeseburgers.
Like Cheeseburger the bear. I actually used the tiger cat thing more. I don't remember what that thing's name was, but
I think it was Peaches.
Okay, Peaches. I just remember Herc talking about how he smoked all the catnip, so he couldn't give any to the tiger.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That game, yeah, definitely was a lot of fun. And I'd never, I don't know why, but I had tried Far Cry games before Primal, and for some reason I just stuck with Primal and liked it a lot, and I platinumed that for some damn reason. So I liked Far Cry 5 a lot better than Primal. So I probably would have liked the older ones better.
Did you play 3 and 4, or only? I guess did you play 2, 3, and 4, or only some of those?
Just 3 and 4. Just for just a little bit, and I'm like, nope, I'm dying too quick. I'm out. But I decided to give newer ones more of a chance, I guess. So yeah, I'm kind of excited about that New Dawn. I don't know if it's an expansion. I don't know what it really is. I guess it's standalone.
Yeah,
I like
on it at 40 instead of 60. So,
yeah, not that this matters to you, but I saw a GameStop. If you buy it, you get $10 reward thing, which is odd for GameStop to do that. But I might go that route. Yeah, Far Cry 5. I thought that was a lot of fun. Blowing shit up. Good time. Story kind of fell apart, I guess, but whatever.
They had the helicopter, that little, small helicopter in Far Cry 4.
Oh, I didn't. I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah, you should have.
I remember you guys talking about it.
Yeah, because you pretty much, that helicopter is so awesome because you just ride around in this little helicopter. It's like a 1-seater. And at some point you get a grenade launcher. And so you're just in that little helicopter, just wrecking everything around you with this grenade launcher. And that was missing from 5, but
Maybe it'll be back in New Dawn.
It could be.
Are you concerned about first-person shooters having a lot of pink in them this year? Because Rage 2 has a lot in it, and then New Dawn has a lot in it.
No, it's just kind of interesting to see that because usually that's not the color palette games choose. So to see two games like that so close to each other was kind of interesting. But
Doom Eternal is next.
You could always mess with the colors on your TV to make make it look like your game has more pink in it. I wouldn't say it's a concern.
Okay, that's good. All right, we're down to the
Watch
top two.
It's going to be covered in pink.
Probably. The singer, Pink.
Yeah.
Let's get the party started.
Oh, man. Number 2 for me is Onrush.
Oof.
I had a blast with that game. It's just like pure adrenaline, I guess. Like you're just doing
crazy shit.
Like the parts of like that kind of like a Burnout where you're just like crashing people or I don't know, making shit blow up. Like,
ramping, jumping, crashing, smashing.
Yeah, and you're like getting like meters are filling up the whole time and you're pulling off specials and stuff. And like I wasn't sure if I'd even like this game because I didn't know about the team approach and like, you know, different classes of vehicles and like even the different modes. But I don't know.
Did you play online with other people?
Yeah. Like, I mean, since it's like a team game, I wasn't getting my ass kicked all the time because I usually had someone on my team who was pretty good. And like, I don't know. It seemed like people were pretty close skill wise because at the end of each match, it would give like the who did the best, like, or who scored the most points or whatever. And I won that a few times, which I was surprised. So me and Derek need to play that online sometime.
It is a good game, and it's still installed in my system for that very reason.
What happens if you play it offline? Or do they let you do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's like a career mode.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, I don't know, different events. You do them and you're unlocking. I mean, you could call them new vehicles, but it's basically just your vehicle looks different, but it's the same class. It's not like the stats go up or down, or like new outfits for your riders. And
so is it kind of like Rocket League, where it's just kind of skins for your car?
Pretty much, but I don't know. I liked unlocking new vehicles. I don't know. I like having my vehicle look different, I guess, in a significant way. It feels like I'm accomplishing something.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's the same thing in Spider-Man. It was pretty cool to unlock new suits as you go.
That was like one of my favorite parts of Marvel Ultimate Alliance was unlocking different costumes and putting them on my characters. So yeah, I've always liked that in games.
In like Diablo, that's the part of the thing I like about RPGs is getting new gear that make your character.
Oh yeah, yeah. It sucks when games don't show any difference when you put on new stuff.
Yeah.
But Onrush. Number 2, Derek.
Number 2, while maybe not the shit, is a game that
is shit. I have no idea what this is.
Damn it, yeah, you do. That's why you said it.
I really don't.
God damn it!
I think I know what it is. It's
okay. No, I know.
That's why you said what you said, motherfucker.
I only said it because you said the shit.
I know.
I was going off that.
Let me pay it its dues here really quick.
I would never say it was shit.
I know. I'm just teasing you. This game took me by surprise due to the fact that I had zero expectation. I thought the aesthetic was cool. But I never was like, oh man, I got to play this game. Like between this and Night in the Woods, those are the games that I was deciding upon. And I pulled the trigger on the Messenger, and it just took me by it grabbed me by the balls and took me everywhere I wanted to go. That game hooked me immediately. The 8-bit graphics, the chiptunes, the way that the levels were designed, very straightforward Ninja Gaiden style. beating up bosses, going world to world with that sweet ass overview that reminds me of the classic games, and then having the twist happen and go back and you're going Metroidvania style, I guess, is a little bit different, but yes, going back through the worlds you just defeated. But then there's the 16-bit version, which is actually the future, and dashing between that and the past, and having to use that to solve puzzles, and the humor of the shopkeeper, and the realization at some point that the shopkeeper is actually you. And it's just, there's such a it's just so well done. The comedy's there with the writing, the gameplay is there with the mechanics, and for me, and I don't think that, I guess you call it an indie game. I don't know what indies are, but it is an indie style game.
Would you call it an indie?
I would call it an indie. I don't feel that those get as much respect as they might deserve. And I can just honestly tell you that this game came utterly the closest out of any of the games on my list. This game came damn close to knocking off the number one game on my list, and I was truly taken aback by how good it was. I love The Messenger, everything about it. I love that game so much. It is so good. It's hard. It does like weird aerial combat with it, turns into a shmup at one point. It's fucking nuts. That game is nuts. It's so good.
I think indies are taking off more than you think. Like, I almost feel like I'm getting left behind because a lot of people's top 10s are putting stuff like Hollow Knight, Celeste, Messenger, Dead Cells, stuff like that. It kind of started with Braid and has been getting more and more
prevalent.
Well, yeah, more and more well known, more and more people recognizing it, more and more people considering those smaller games that aren't Red Dead style games as a better and worth playing more than some of the big budget games like Assassin's Creed and Red Dead.
I know it's tough to give it its due, and that's why I want to highlight it for sure, because I know it's hard to compete against, a powerhouse that is going to put 100, 200, 300 million dollars into a game. But I can honestly tell you that I had some of the most fun I will ever have in a video game with The Messenger. I truly love that game.
It's good to hear.
There you go. Sorry, Rob.
No, I'm glad you liked it.
I love it so much. It's so good.
Okay.
So good. But all right, there you go.
Or maybe in 2019 it'll be Ralph's biggest regret of the year.
Well, they have that DLC coming out, so I might hook him back in there. That Ninja Turtle style DLC.
Yeah, I want to try that at least.
Yeah, me too. All right, there's number 2 for you.
Number 2, Ryan.
Spoilers, you know what number 1 is.
My number 2 is Red Dead 2, which we've already talked about quite a bit, so I don't really know if I need to expand on it anymore. Yeah, so I don't know, unless you guys want to talk about it more.
No, I mean, just what are your favorite parts about the game?
I've pretty much already said it because I've had it win a couple categories. So it's for me, Rockstar games are. So the main thing, and I'm probably going to go back to this game after after Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts. I'm probably going to go right back to Red Dead because I just started discovering. I don't know what you did.
Kingdom Hearts.
I through this game, and it was kind of like this in the first Red Dead, but it's they have a bunch of just random locations throughout, and they're locations that you don't even really go to as part of the story, and you can walk in on those, and they actually have full cutscenes, fully voiced, fleshed out characters on these living in these places or these houses that you can just walk in on, and you get this weird, goofy side story that Rockstar kind of hid. And there's multiple of those. These aren't even stranger missions. These are just one. I walked in on this couple who was having dinner and they invited me in to have dinner with them, and things started getting a little weird. They put some drugs in whatever they were serving me. And then I wake up in a pit full of dead people.
So then they try to eat you as the cannibals?
No, these ones are different. I don't know if I ran into the cannibals. These ones, they just wanted to rob me. So they pretty much took all my stuff, threw me in a pit of dead people, and left me for dead. And then I came back to their house, and they were they freaked out as soon as I walked into the door, and then I just murdered them. So it's stuff like that, like which I'm currently trying to do all the collectibles and things like that to try to get 100%. And as I'm doing that, I'm just kind of going on the map and looking at areas that I think there might be like a house or some weird thing. Like I found some of the UFO stuff. There was a meteor that like kind of crashed into some house that I stumbled upon, and I found like a piece of the meteorite. So it's just weird, goofy stuff that they put in those games that they don't have to put in there. They could have got away with just their main story, telling that as it is, creating that awesome environment, but they put a bunch of extra stuff in there that people just probably never see. That is cool to keep playing and wandering around the world and discover. So, but I don't know, they get tons of resources and tons of hours to make those games. So
yeah, I would like to get back to Red Dead for that reason, not for Red Dead Online, but I would like to go back through and just kind of fuck around.
Yeah. Like there isn't really there is fast travel in the game, but it's so weak. But it's one of the few games that I don't mind just getting on my horse and going across the whole map to get to one location. Because I know you can take a train, you could go to a camp and try to go to a town close by. But I pretty much never did that in that game. I almost always got on my horse and rode to that location. For most of the game, my horse was a female, so I wasn't looking at balls the whole time.
Thanks God for that.
So, I don't know. That's why I put it at number 2.
Right on.
Okay.
Yeah.
It comes down to this.
This is it. Can you win this segment or not?
I don't think I can win. Ryan.
Let's all go at once. No.
You want me to do my number 1 first? Okay.
Sure. Right. I don't know.
Okay. My number 1 is Dragon Quest XI for some of the same reasons as Red Dead, but Dragon Quest XI did it in a much better way. Like, number 1, the game looks amazing. The story is really goofy and really fun. Characters are great. The voice over they did for those characters is really good too. I'm really glad they did it because it would add a lot more than me just reading the dialogue. CG cutscenes were amazing. Some of those CG cutscenes they did look really, really good. But what I like the most about that game is like you go to a town or a village and they mix in a lot of quests that you normally do, which seem like fetch quests. But they take that town and that village and those side quests and they wrap them into a small narrative that involves pretty much the whole town and things that are going on in that town. And they tell like really small, short stories in each little town you go to. And it makes exploring the world, going from each area, that much more meaningful and more fun. Because you kind of feel like you're going to this area, you're going to basically get a small story for like an hour and a half. And that's really easy to like sit through and kind of digest than trying to play like an RPG where you're kind of like grinding for 7 hours just to get to the next part of the story. They really don't want you to grind in that game until you get to the last segment of the game. So most of the story up until like the part where you could potentially do the final boss if you want to, or you could just stop playing, you're naturally progressing through the game in a way that you don't have to grind, and you're going through these short stories that you could do like an hour and a half at a time. Because a lot of times I would play that game because this is at a time where I didn't have that much time to play a lot. I'd wake up early and play one of those short stories for like an hour and a half before I go to work, and then come back and do that also before I went to bed. And you feel like you're not really like breaking up the game. It feels like you're playing a small, short, singular game for that hour and a half, and then coming back to it later to do another small, short game that's an hour and a half long. And it just makes the game seem like it goes by really quick and doesn't make you tired of playing the game. So I feel like they definitely nailed it. Like I've never really played a JRPG that has nailed it like Dragon Quest XI has with that aspect. Usually there's large chunks of the game where you're just grinding, and it's a point where you're like, oh, I have to do this for like 4 or 5 more hours. Don't even want to finish this game. And Dragon Quest XI doesn't try to do that to you until the very end when pretty much either decide do you want to see the true ending or not. So I don't know. It kind of makes me wish I could go back and play the other games, but I don't know if I'll have time. But
it's a lot of time commitment.
Yeah.
I've played Dragon Warrior, the first one.
Yeah.
The first Dragon Warrior.
So, and I know that game technically came out in 2017, but I was in Japan. But
that doesn't count.
You don't live there.
And some of the other ones, like 9 and 10, are not like this one. I think the last one they did like this one was 8. So, but if you're a fan of JRPGs, or definitely old school turn-based JRPGs, Dragon Quest XI is about as good as it gets. I'd say it's right up there with Persona 5. So
it was Tony Welchell's game of the year last week when we asked him what his game of the year was. So
I thought his was God of War.
I thought it was Dragon Quest XI.
We were switching back between the two, so I don't know.
Maybe he never confirmed. He really liked Dragon Quest XI. It's probably God of War though.
He hadn't yet finished it yet. He hadn't got the true ending because he got the part where you have to grind
real hard. Yeah, that's right. You're giving him the old tip.
Yeah, to do it quickly so you don't have to sit through.
Yeah. Anything. Do it quick, then you have to do anything.
Yep.
It's usually my motto in life.
It's worth seeing the ending too, because that's the whale part I was telling you guys about, where it's awesome.
Old whale blubber.
Ride in to fight the final boss of a giant whale. It's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That's a smart option.
Yeah.
It's a heady play. All right. Dragon Quest XI is the best game of the year.
Yep. Moving on
to next
2019.
Year.
Yeah.
Derek. The best game of the year.
You know it hasn't changed since what is it? It came out in March, April. March for God of War.
Become Human?
No.
Oh, what?
Yeah. It has not changed since then. God of War is the best game of 2018 and maybe one of the greatest games of all time. It is a damn near, in my opinion, perfect game, from story elements to the design work to the sound and audio. I thought switching Kratos' voice was going to suck. It didn't. Kratos' beard is badass. Them ditching it for an entirely new story setting while also still being the same Kratos was a little worrisome. They nailed that part. The parental part, which obviously appeals to me, considering I have 3 of those little kids. Although I don't yell girl at them. It's one thing I don't do. I don't know, man.
This is like Bird Box too.
I've never seen Bird Box. I don't know.
I haven't seen that either.
Don't watch it. It's not very good.
We'll probably watch it because it's a thing. But anyway,
sorry.
That's fine. I don't know. God of War elicited the most emotional reaction out of me this year. I love those old games. We talked about it earlier. Like, my expectations were like so high and then non-existent because I was so nervous of it being bad. And then it was the complete opposite of bad. Like, it was just,
I don't know why you thought that game was gonna be bad.
I don't know. It was me rationalizing it if it might have been bad.
Sony's gonna spend millions of dollars to put out a shitty ass God of War game.
I don't know, man. Oh god, it's just so fucking good. The axe feels great. Getting the chains was just so satisfying. The boss battles feel great. The dragons were fucking awesome. That goddamn giant bird in hell that you don't even fight looks amazing. That thing was so cool. I wish you would have done something with it, but it was so badass. Reanimating that big ass giant, having to kill what's her name, Freya, or maybe killing her. I don't know. Never know.
Kill Freya.
Or kill not Freya. Fucking. What am I trying to think? What's his name? Baldur. Baldur.
I don't know. I thought that was the worst part of the game.
I'm just saying, like, the story of it being like that, the Norse mythology stuff, and it's like it's that, and me not knowing a lot of Norse mythology, and then, hey, by the way, you killed Baldur, you're also Loki. Boom, world serpent's your kid. Weird shit there. Like, just I don't know, man. It gets me really hyped for whatever might be. The extra piece of Thor showing up at your doorstep after the game's over when you go back home. I love God of War. I love God of War
Really wish they
2018.
didn't get the Loki thing. Like that was.
You don't like it?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Whatever. It doesn't have to make
Makes
sense.
no sense.
That's fine. God of War, one of the greatest games of all time and the best game, hands down, of 2018.
Okay. I did not mean to save myself for last. That is not something I would have done on purpose.
It's perfect. You're the host. You get to tell me what your favorite game, best game of 2018 is. You get to take it all home.
Override both of our choices and say the real game of 2018.
Yeah. Yeah.
Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild.
I'm gonna let y'all finish, but Hollow Knight was one of the greatest games of all time. So I'm sorry. I don't know. Hollow Knight is. I don't know what the deal was. It just. I guess it's like with Derek and the Messenger. Like Hollow Knight just hooked me. Like as soon as I started playing it, and then it just did like everything right in my book, and it felt so good to play. And like I don't know, ending's kind of weird. I'd give it away, but I don't know.
You can give it away. No, you're fine. Go for it. This is what we're here to do. We're here to celebrate games.
You like try to find the Hollow Knight, and it's some dude who looks like you, and he's like, and you murder him, and then you become him, or you become that Hollow Knight. So I don't know. It's just like it wasn't that great of an ending.
It's like you're usurping yourself, basically.
I don't even know.
Right
I may not even be understanding the ending, honestly. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like so much fun to play. And like I think I put like 35 hours into that. Like it did not seem like I put that much time into it.
You played it on Switch, right?
Yeah.
Like approximate.
Yeah, I think it actually says on that game, it actually says in the before you load up the save. Yeah, I don't know. Like if someone's into like a Metroidvania kind of game, but they want a little more of a challenge, like it's got some Dark Souls-ish stuff in there. Like if you die, then you leave your spirit thing. You have to go fight it. Whatever the hell it is. You have to go fight it to get some of your money back. I don't know. Like the game kind of feels like a throwback in some ways too to like a 16-bit kind of platformer. I don't know. I just liked it a lot, and I'm glad it came out in 2018.
Yeah, there's a period of time where I thought maybe Celeste was going to be swapping in there at number one for you, but you stuck with Hollow Knight.
Yeah.
I think I knew like Hollow Knight was the game I felt that resonated the most with you. Like you were on that Hollow Knight train pretty hard.
I mean, it's kind of like I really like Metroidvanias. I really like indie shit and like 2D platformer stuff.
And it was on the Switch. Like it was all the stars aligned perfectly.
Yeah, and so I don't know. It's a good physical version. There's not yet.
It will be.
It'll be interesting to see if Metroid actually comes out next year and what you think of that compared to some of these other games that have been out all these years since then that have tried to use that same style. But
yeah, you mean like Prime?
Aren't the Prime games different?
Well, they still follow that style. It's just first person, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't really think of them in that way, but they're obviously that way. I don't know. I guess my mind always thinks Metroidvania is 2D, but it's not. That's not always the case.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably my most anticipated game of 2019 if it comes out in 2019.
There's been so many games like that. Like that seems to be like the indie go-to is to make a game in that kind of style.
Yeah, they're everywhere now.
Well, I don't know. Just, people like playing those kind of games. So,
yeah, people can fuck them up too. That's for sure. But yeah, they're pretty prevalent. It's almost like a few years ago it was like a 2D puzzle platformer with a unique art style was like out like every week. Now it's like a Metroidvania. But
yeah, it's just because Castlevania seems like it's kind of I don't know. Does it seem like it's dying off to you, or like they might not make another one, or if they do, who knows what it'll even be? Where we know for sure Nintendo is going to put out another Metroid. So just kind of weird to see those games that are not Castlevania and Metroid, but are using that style compared to the actual series when they come out with a new one, to see what they do to make that kind of.
I would love at this point, based on the remasters that have happened, for Konami to give the license or the rights over to Capcom and have Capcom just try to remaster even Symphony of the Night or something like that, and just see what that would be like, because I think that would be pretty fucking great.
I'd be afraid of someone remastering that, honestly, because I wouldn't mind like them making a whole new one.
Sure.
I mean, but I guess I'd see someone more like Yacht Club Games who did Shovel Knight, like, you know, someone more indie. Even
someone's got
even whoever the hell who did Messenger
Sabotage Games, I think it is
something like them, or I'd say NT Creates, who did that Bloodstain thing, but they're working on the real quote unquote game of Bloodstain.
LOL.
Yeah. Cry out loud.
Making League of Legends right now. Is that what you're trying to
say? Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I don't feel good about the real Bloodstain game. But that's neither here nor there. I don't know. Any last words about any of this, or what are you hotly anticipating?
I think we could do that. I think we'll do that next. I don't want to keep this too long. I think next time we'll keep that as our topic for next time. We'll kind of look into the future a little bit and look into to 2019. I don't know. I would say that let's talk more about 2018. I know, Ryan, you talked about, and I would probably agree with you at this point based on my top 10 list, but 2017 versus 2018, maybe not as hot. Definitely not as hot for, first party Nintendo stuff for sure.
I didn't even mention Mario Tennis Aces.
Yeah. I would say that I enjoy the games I played in 2018. I wouldn't change it considering the love I have for God of War. That top 3, Messenger and Spider-Man, like that's all great. It's tough though. I think 2017 was probably a better, fuller game year.
I don't know what it is about ending in 7, because 2007 was a pretty major year. 2017 was a huge year. So was 1997. So
it's a lot.
Oh, that's just a weird coincidence. But
7's a great number.
Yeah, it's the loneliest number.
Kind of bummed we scoped out the most anticipated game in 1998. That was an easy one for me.
What was it?
Resident Evil 2.
Wow.
Okay.
It's also your most anticipated game in 2019.
Yeah. That's pretty much all I can think about right now. I'm trying not to do anything that shows gameplay footage of it. But
that demo is something, but I don't know.
I saw the demo, but I didn't download it.
There's already rumors that they were lying about the Zapper system not being in it, which is going to be awesome if that's true, if they're lying about that not being in it.
Ralph,
like the A/B scenarios.
What do you got to say for 2018? You got any parting words as we move into 2019?
I mean, I think I did enjoy the 2017 stuff better. I mean, like really, I guess if I look at my top 10 and like what would I call out of my top 10 of 2018, what would go on to like my favorite games of all time, it would probably just be Hollow Knight. And like on 2017, it probably would have been Mario plus Rabbids and Mario Odyssey. And I don't remember what else was on my list. So I don't know.
Yeah, I've thought about that too, like what I would put on there. And last year it'd be Nier and Persona 5. And then
I forgot about Nier, I guess. Yeah.
This year it'd probably be just Dragon Quest 11.
Why is there a picture?
What?
On the notes.
That's picture of Case Keenum.
Yeah, well, yeah, there's a few on there now.
Yeah. Picture of Case Keenum. There's a picture of
the best style.
That one dude from Bethesda, and who is that? Fred Durst.
That is Fred Durst for best looking
sound.
Best style of 1998 was that Fred Durst.
Yeah. DJ Lethal, bring it on.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I think 2018 was a very good game year. it's going to be, I think 2019 is going to be a funky year based on where we're at with console releases or, maybe a new console announcement. So I don't know that
could be nuts if Sony puts out all those games.
Yeah.
All the exclusives they have. Like 2019 could easily be better than 2017 if Sony puts all those games out.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got all them, then you got Gears of War 5. I don't know if Halo Infinite would come out.
No way.
Who the hell knows?
No.
But I mean, then like Metroid Prime 4, maybe Bayonetta 3, maybe
Crackdown, and the Devil May Cry is coming out too. That game I'm really looking forward to.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And I don't know. There's probably more stuff I'm not thinking of.
We'll go through a list and kind of discuss those. I think next week. 2019's already won though.
Metroid's supposed to come out too. So.
2019's already won because
Resident Evil 2 comes out. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Oh, I forgot about Kingdom Hearts. Oh, yeah.
In less than 2 weeks, I finally get to finish it. I will be having.
If you download the patch, you can finish it.
The biggest, most explosive beating party you've ever seen.
You think it's gonna everybody's gonna be in there? Like Roxas is gonna be in there.
It's gonna be raining. Come everywhere.
Whoa.
Oh no!
Yeah, Disney is known for that.
Yeah. You want to see what's gonna get really goofy? My living room.
You're gonna see. Now, years later, you're going to know why they put that thing on the Little Mermaid cover.
2019 wins because Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out in less than 2 weeks. Although, you know what's pissed me off about that before we go is I thought that game was releasing on a Friday, and I was all excited.
Tuesday.
And it's only releasing on a Friday in Japan, and I got to wait till fucking Tuesday when I start my new job on Monday.
And so Resident Evil 2 comes out on Friday.
I was pumped thinking I got that weekend off. I was hoping I'd get to play it all weekend before the Royal Rumble. And fuck no, I got to wait till Tuesday.
Go rent RE2.
Yep.
Make that happen.
I played that demo and I went, nope.
Oh, okay.
Scary or just controls are weird?
It's just not. The reason I didn't care for 1 was the inventory system and bad, no idea what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. That's exactly what 2 is.
But 7's also that way.
7, I felt that had a little bit more of a direct, hey, this is where you should be going and doing. I didn't have to look anything up in 7. I
was just playing it over the break because I bought that for Xbox.
Yeah.
What about 6?
6 is just perfect. Perfect. I've only played 5, 6, and 7. I played a little bit of 1. I didn't like it. 2, I played that demo, and it looks real good, and I wish I liked it more, but boy,
I wish just was like 7 first and went in reverse order. That'd be awesome.
No, fuck that. 5's really good. I still contemplated buying 4, but I don't know, man. That 8-slot inventory system.
You're not gonna like
it, dude. 4's got the giant inventory.
No, I'm saying in 2. I don't know about 4. I've never played it.
I know. It sounds like you're not gonna like 4. I don't know.
I don't know.
Just from what you're saying.
2 is just it looks real good, like I said, but I have no fucking there's no frame of reference for what I should be doing, and I'm like, oh, this kind of sucks.
You want a large inventory. 4's got the largest inventory out of all the games. So.
Does it give me any more of a directional path, or some linearity, or is it all just
pretty linear?
4 is very linear. Yeah.
Well, then I would like it because 1 and 2 have not felt linear at all.
That's part of the reason why I don't like. I think 4 started going down the wrong path is because that's where it became really linear and action focused, where the game was less about exploring and kind of figuring out this fucked up place that you're in, and more about you're following this straightforward path in this really kind of action focused game, and it kind of that's how we ended up with 5 and then ended up with 6.
Sure.
And then they finally decided we've fucked up so much. Then the reboot with 7 kind of brought it back to where you're kind of exploring.
I didn't feel like 7 felt the explorative nature, but it never felt confined. And I feel confined when I play 1 and 2. I don't know, just something about them just doesn't click with me. So I don't know. I'm just not. They're not for Derek Vance. They're not a Derek Vance game. So. You know what it is?
Happens.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
God of War. Oh.
And God of War from 2018, the best game of My favorite game of 2018. So,
Okay.
Game of ever. Yeah.
yes.
Batman Forever. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Best game
man.
of 5 ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that gonna do it?
They should remake Batman Forever.
You're right. Call it Batman 5 ever.
Yeah. Superman 5 ever.
Yeah, that's all I've got, Ralph. Send off 2018. Thanks
Was
for
a
everything.
Big bang in the ass.
Would it be Ben Affleck in that, or do you think they'd get somebody new?
No, he's out. He's done.
He's not. He wouldn't do a remake of Batman Forever.
No, he's out.
They could
Get,
get George Clooney to do that one.
Jim Carrey should be Batman in the remake.
Oh God, Matt Damon. He's got nothing else going on.
Oh man,
perfect.
I could see him being a Batman. Like they definitely try it. I don't know if he'd be good, but they try it.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
If they try George Clooney, they'll try Matt Damon.
Yeah, Brad Pitt.
Why not?
I think they really should go with Joaquin Phoenix, get him in that role, and see what he does.
What about Daniel Day-Lewis?
That'd be pretty cool too. He'd be a good villain. They could find one for him.
It'd be hard for him to like method act one of those people though, but he could try.
I don't know. He seems like he kind of does that though. Like him in There Will Be Blood. Like that character was a very strange character. It was almost like when Philip Seymour Hoffman. Yeah, with Philip Seymour Hoffman in The Master, and even Joaquin Phoenix in The Master, it was kind of some oddball character.
Never seen There Will Be Blood.
You're missing out. It's a good one.
I haven't seen The Master.
I started watching Seinfeld on Hulu.
Speaking of There Will Be Blood.
I don't know what's happening with my life.
Well,
I don't mind Seinfeld.
I think Seinfeld's fine, but I'm just saying, like, I was like, oh, I need something to watch. So
if you're saying you're having arguments about nothing, then
Seinfeld is perfect. Show of nothing.
Man.
Speaking of nothing,
I heard somebody reference something as the Seinfeld of gaming. I wish I could remember which game they were talking about.
Take us home, Ralph.
I don't know how to sing Auld Lang Syne. Otherwise, that'd be my go-to right here.
Take us home, Country Roads.
Way
more fitting.
Well, that's Fallout. Okay, yeah.
Golf Story, the Seinfeld of games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Tim Rogers. I don't know if you guys know who Tim Rogers is.
Nope.
No. Level up, I guess. Have a happy new year. I don't know how to do this. I haven't done this in a while.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. All right. Yeah.
Thanks for a great 2018. 2019 shaping up to be a fantastic year.
Already going downhill.
We will hit episode 200 this year, Ralph.
What? We have to
hold on. Can you take that? Can you give me one more of a DMX style when I tell you that? We will hit episode 200 this year, Ralph.
What? No, it's Lil Jon. No, I don't know the difference anymore. All I know is when I think of DMX, I think of the best line he ever made. I got blood on my hands.
Little John is really just DMX in a way.
Got these blood on my hands.
I got blood on my hands and there's no remorse. I got blood on my dick because I fucked a corpse. That's all I know.
That's that corpse.
That's hard.
Was 2018.
Yeah.
And DMX's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
That is all. Yes,
pretty hot.
Rudolph is always it's perfect.
I've had a trap version of that. It's pretty good.
Oh boy.
Are they still around or are you still doing stuff? Trap.
Ooh.
Oh no!
All right. Nope.
Not the band Trapped. That's
not what we're doing. Nope.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for listening to the Game of the Year show.
I thought they were a one-hit wonder.
We'll be back. We'll take you through the journey. 19 more weeks until we hit episode 200. We'll figure out what we're gonna do.
19 more weeks till 2020.
Yeah. Till we're all dead.
Love.
We're already all dead inside.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Captain.
19 more weeks till 2020, according to Limited Run's website.
Probably.
Hollow Knight will be available by then.
Yeah.